stmarysregional.com.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
Welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. And like I said, even though it's Thursday night, we're ready for some Cyclone football. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mickey Duval here to bring you all the action tonight on River Country 102.3. You can also listen to the audio streaming live on the internet at rivercountrykcjc.com. You can also watch it on our YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com and search for Cyclone Booth, and you can pull up the game and watch it and listen to us also. It is a Thursday night football, again, as the Cyclones playing here at War Memorial. There's a Saturday morning game involving the Razorbacks and UAPB here. They didn't want to play a Friday night game that could get over, 9:30. Have to turn around in just a little over 12 hours, have the stadium cleaned up and ready for Razorback fans. So they're playing it on a Thursday night here at War Memorial. First time that we've been back at War Memorial since the 2016 state championship game, in which the Cyclones defeated Greenwood for the second state championship in Russellville Cyclone history. Cyclones 3-4 on the season, 1-3 in conference play. And to talk about Parkview, they have 3 losses, really only should have 2, but they did have to forfeit their opening season win, 47-0 win against Little Rock Southwest. A couple weeks later, figured out they had played an ineligible player, had to drop that game. Did not affect their standing in the conference, though, because it was not a conference game. Time now for our Cyclone Watch. What's on your radar tonight? And I turn to my color man tonight. Well, what's on your radar for tonight's game?
Well, it's defense. And I know many times people that we're playing against team up against Trailer, number 61, because he's such an athlete. A good athlete on defense, and so the offensive line, sometimes they double team him. But the person I'm on my watch tonight is Ben Hallmark. He plays on the opposite side, and I think if you center upon Trailer, then you're going to leave Ben Hallmark open, and he can do some damage in that backfield and along that offensive line of Parkview. So that's on my watch tonight.
Well, look, on my radar is the story of the game is the fact that Parkview has 6 D1 athletes, and their right guard, Kendall McKenzie, has committed to the University of Memphis over ASU and a couple other schools. Their quarterback, number 4, Jalon White, should he play, has committed to the University of Ole Miss, did sit out last week and was not injured. He was just resting. He's going to go to Ole Miss as a safety. He's a two-way player for Parkview. Has not played safety every game because of a small injury that kept him out of defense playing two ways, but has played quarterback. Did not play last week. We expect him to play tonight. And probably their best player, number 1, James Joyner, who's going to be playing for the University of Arkansas. He's a Razorback commit. Scored 5 touchdowns against Greenwood. Think about that. 5 touchdowns against the Greenwood Bulldogs in a 20-point win over Greenwood here at War Memorial earlier in the year. This Parkview team is going to run the football. They do not want to change what they're doing. They can throw it a little bit, but they've only attempted 82 passes on the season. And to flip that, their top 2 running backs, James Joyner has rushed 101 times. Walter Hobbs, number 18, has rushed 59 times. And even their quarterback, when he's been in there, he has 37 carries and 6 touchdowns. So they're a running football team. They like to run it a little more than 70% of the time. And so that's what they're going to try to do. Now, that does play into the strength of Russellville. If they have a strength, it's their rushing defense that's been able to stop and other teams and stifle other teams a little bit. Remember, even though we lost to the number 1 team in the state, Lake Hamilton, Russellville led that game with 9 minutes left to go in the game. They had really bothered Lake Hamilton with their defense against the rush. They're hoping to do that tonight. And off the air, I talked to Coach Dave Wheeler, and he says if we could stop them and maybe get them frustrated a little, what it'll do is it'll take them out of their comfort zone, and maybe they'll start making some mistakes. The team that makes the most mistakes usually loses the game. You're not always able to overcome those mistakes. Russellville's hoping that is a recipe for an upset victory tonight. Now, even though the Cyclones are 1-3 in conference, they're still in line for a berth in the state playoffs. In fact, they control their own destiny. If you look at it mathematically, if they can win 2 of their last 3 games, they're most definitely in. There's an outside chance that they could win 1 of their last 3 and get in. But these, especially the last 2 weeks, are winnable games, as they're going to be back at home against Mountain Home on Friday night and then travel to Siloam Springs for the season finale. And there could be a lot riding on that game. We're going to take a final break here, and when we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff for you as the Russell Cyclones taking on Little Rock Parkview Patriots here at War Memorial Stadium. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Alathus Realty is proud to support all of our local student athletes. At Alathus Realty, we believe the community comes first, and there's nothing quite like community under the bright lights of Friday night. Alathus Realty is determined to provide our area with gold standard service in every aspect of your real estate transaction. So whether you're loading up to go to the game or settling in for an evening at home, you can rest assured Alathus Realty is taking care of you. Call us today, 479-968-5668. Alathus Realty. Find us on Facebook today.
Ashley Air is proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Our service to the River Valley began in 1958, the same year that the legendary Frank Broyles took over as football coach. The Hogs have had some great coaches, but we've never had so many on campus all at once. Sam Pittman, Eric Musselman, Dave Van Horn, and Mike Neighbors, just to name a few. What an incredible team. We put together quite a team at Ashley Air, too. On game day, call the Hogs. When your AC breaks, call Ashley Air.
Red Wolves fans, this is your coach, Butch Jones, and it's football time in Jonesboro. We can't wait to see you pack the vault for 6 home games this fall.
Hatcher steps up, going to keep it. Inside the 10, inside the 5 lane. Hatcher is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
Help us lock the vault. Secure your seat now. Visit astateredwolves.com or call 870-972-2781. Wolves up.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, there really is a better way. As soon as you start talking with our team at A Better Way Realty in Russellville, you're going to feel the difference. Imagine if you had a great friend in the real estate industry, someone who genuinely cared about you and your family and was passionate about taking care of you. That is the philosophy of everyone who works here at A Better Way Realty. We want your business because we earn it, period. Discover what experience and heart can do with A Better Way Realty. Find us on Facebook and see the difference. A Better Way Realty. Real estate done a better way.
KCJC, Dartnell, Russellville.
You guys play the best country of all.
River Country. KCJC.
Welcome back. We're ready for some Cyclone football. Mickey Duval, Aaron Duval with you to bring you the action. Our media team, Maggie Duval and Chase Canfield. Our engineer back at the studios in Russellville is Stephen Berry. And we're ready for some Thursday night action. The Cyclones on the road here at War Memorial Stadium, taking on Little Rock Parkview. The Cyclones in their road white uniforms with red numbers, black pants, black helmets, big red Cyclone on the side. Little Rock Parkview's they've broken out different uniforms at home this year. They've had all red, they've had black. Tonight they're going with the dark blue and with the red numerals on the jerseys, white pants, white helmets. Russellville won the toss. They elected to defer. Parkview elected to receive. Russellville wants the wind at their back here at War Memorial to kick off, and so that's how we're going to start. We're just about ready for action, and like I said, a lot of things going on here Thursday night because they moved this game, because of the Razorbacks playing here against UAPB on Saturday. Back at Cyclone Stadium right now, the Whirlwinds have Colors Day, so it's junior high football there. Had the volleyball team earlier tonight playing at Cyclone Arena. In fact, that game may still be going on, so a lot going on. So I say that because there's not a lot of fans traveled with Russellville, and that's the reason, because this was a regular Friday night. This place would be packed full of Russellville fans, but probably a little bit more Russellville fans than Parkview fans, I would think, as it looks right now. Both fans are sitting on the other side, and that's behind Parkview. Russellville actually gets the home side with looking at the Razorback logo. We're sitting in this really nice press box above the Russellville Cyclone bench. And now we're ready to kick off. It'll be Noe Jimenez doing the kicking for the Cyclones. Number 77 puts it on the left hash mark, kicks it, and this could go in the end zone. They're going to let it go, and it does. That's a great start because they've already had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns this year.
Yeah, if you're going to start the game, let them go 80 yards. Let them try to score, but great kickoff, line drive kickoff.
Now, they can do that. They can move the football quite a bit. They've done it all year on the ground, and we're going to get to see if they're going to start off with Jalen White, number 4, or if they're going to go to Eric McGee, number 15, at quarterback, and it is going to be Jalen White. He's their second, maybe third best rusher, but their best player, best offensive player, number 1, James Joyner, and he's in the backfield to the right. Rushed for 142 yards against the Cyclones last year. They'll play action pass, throw it, and it's an incomplete pass along that far side, trying to go out there to Parker Perry. That's not really their game, but they did try to set up the screen, and they did have some room over on that far side. Of course, you're gearing up to stop the run. If you're Russellville, everybody does that against Little Rock Parkview. James Joyner, number 1, he's the guy. 10 touchdowns on the season, 5 of those coming against Greenwood. 731 yards on the season. He's now behind the quarterback in more of a pistol formation. They will give it to him along the right side. He's going to be hit at the line, plows forward for a couple yards, and no stoppage yet. Now they come with that. Don't want him getting that big push from that big offensive line, including prospect, big Kendall McKenzie. He picks up 2 yards on the play, does Joyner. It'll be 3rd down and 8. And this is exactly where you want Parkview. They may convert this, but you want them in 3rd and long all night long. Again, pistol formation here, but they spread it out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back, and as a backward pass out to Joyner, and he's got it. He runs across the 20 to the 25-yard line. That's where he's pushed out of bounds, and it looks like a 3-and-out coming for Little Rock Parkview. Backwards pass there, so it's not a pass. They give him the 26. Boy, that was very generous from where he was. It looked like he stepped out shy of the 25, but still 4th and 4 from their own 26. I don't think they're going to go for this. Now, their punting and kicking game is very, very suspect, and we'll have to keep an eye on that tonight. And usually Willie Eccles is one of their kickers back here, but this looks like Xavier Branch, and he's number 11 back there, I believe, is the one doing the kicking. Russell not coming up after it. He took a lot of steps. Russell could have blocked that, filed that one away. Hips, he's going to fumble it, and then he recovers it back at the 32-yard line. Boy, he took a lot of steps, the punter did, on that. Russellville could block that if they go after a punt later.
Well, it's good to see that punt early in the game, and that's something they can store back in their mind, that there is a possibility of blocking that punt next time.
Hips tried to catch it over his shoulder, bobbled it. Luckily, there was nobody around. So defense does their job, 3 and out. 11:36 left to play here in the first quarter, and Russellville going to break the huddle here. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Gavin Graham with the running back Donahoe to his left, man in motion. They're going to run on the quarterback sweep, nothing there, and he's going to have to tuck it and try to find some yards. He gets back to the 29-yard line. It's a loss. Big loss of the play of 4 yards.
Yeah, they had 3 defensive people back there on him, no place to go.
Yeah, they knew. It seems like they knew what play was coming there. Russellville loses 4 yards on the play, looking at 2nd down and 14. That time Donahoe was a running back. He was more of a lead blocker, but just too many Parkview Patriots, and they may be the same boat. They may be daring the Cyclones to throw the football because Russellville has not had much success with that lately. 2 receivers to each side. Back to passes Graham, looking right. He's throwing. It's complete at the 30, 35. It's Stokes, and he's got the 1st down, I believe. They hit him at the 40. He was able to stumble forward, and they are going to give him the 1st down to the 44-yard line.
That's one of the people you want to put the ball in their hands is Stokes, and we haven't been able to do that in the last game or 2.
15 yards on the pickup. Gavin Graham to Trenton Stokes, and Stokes picks it up. And that was a very tight window because the player was all over Stokes, but as soon as Stokes caught it, broke free, he had some room to run. Russell with a 1st down, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and now the man in right, Stokes, goes in motion. They're going to throw out a little swing pass to him. It's incomplete. It was thrown kind of over his head and behind him a little bit. Just miscommunication there. He had 2 blockers in front of him. We had some room there. Well-designed play, just not executing it perfectly, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Cyclones. Russellville has to be careful on that because that play was thrown beyond the line of scrimmage. You want to make sure you don't get any linemen downfield. You can do that if the pass is behind the line. 2nd down and 10 for Russellville. 3 receivers to the right, 1 in motion. That's Stokes, goes over left. Here's the give to Donahoe. Slips a tackle at the 45, across midfield, runs into the wall, bounces off, picks up another couple yards. Boy, he didn't get a very good spot. He got the 48-yard line of Parkview. That's not enough for a 1st down. I thought he was closer than that, but either way, it's going to be 3rd down and short on a really good run by Damon Donahoe.
Well, the hole was there on the right side of that offensive line. Good blocking.
After he ran into a player at midfield, he bounced off, picked up another couple yards. And Russellville looking at 3rd down and 2 on the Parkview side of the 50. Graham back to pass, throwing, and is juggled and caught by Stokes. He's got the first down at the 45-yard line and gets forward inside the 43 for more yards, and Russellville another first down here.
And Stokes did a great stiff arm on their defensive back and put him on the ground.
They marked him inside the 43. They put the ball down outside the 43. I think that's going to be an issue for me all night. We're way up here at War Memorial, and we could see everything. And so seeing got us on about a half-yard loss there. But either way, it's still a first down and 10. Stokes again fighting for extra yards to get a first down for Russellville. 2 third-down conversions, and both of them have gone to Stokes. 1st and 10 here, man in motion. Graham's going to fake to him. Little swing pass out to Damon Donahoe, and he'll lose a yard on the play back at the 44-yard line. Just couldn't get that blocked on that far side.
Well, the defensive man went through his block and was able to bring him down. But I like the play. I like the call of the play.
Russellville actually losing yards on first downs, but they picked up some big 3rd down plays. And looking at 2nd down 11. Under 9 minutes to play here, first quarter. We have no score. Man in motion again. Graham this time is going to give it to Donahoe straight up the gut, and he might have gotten a half a yard, and that'll be it. Be 3rd down and long coming for the Russellville Cyclones. Ball sits just outside the 44-yard line. Cyclones need the 33 for a first down. The sticks are on Russellville's side just below us, the home side. 3rd down 11, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Left is the short side of the field. The ball's on the right hash mark. Damon Donahoe still in there, running back, just to the right of Gavin Graham. They show blitz, they back off. Graham, plenty of time. He throws. It's going to be complete to Stokes again. He's across the 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. He's short of the first down here in decision time for Coach Wheeler. He picked up 6 now. I think he needs 5 yards for a first down. Ball's just outside the 38-yard line.
He may go for it.
He may. It's too long to try a field goal here, although Jimenez has the leg. This would be a 55-yarder. Has not attempted one that long, but trust me, he has the leg. Russell's going to go for it, at least going to try to draw him off sides. We'll see if they go hard count here. 3 receivers to short side of the field. No, they're going for it. Graham back to pass, throwing across the middle. It is caught, complete, enough for the first down inside the 33 to the 32.
One good thing about this drive, we're keeping the offense of Parkview on the bench.
And that is, who caught that? Number 20? Was it Rose? I'm going to give it to Caden Rose because that's who I think had it. And they give Russellville the 32-yard line. Needed 5, got 6. Caden Rose, just a sophomore. He split wide to the right on 1st and 10. They're going to give it to Donahoe, weaving his way. He'll get a yard shy of the 30-yard line, so pickup of 1 on the play. Russellville staying committed to that running game. That's what you need to do. You need to keep that commitment. Russellville going to go quick here on 2nd down and 9. 4 receivers to the left, and Graham's going to call his own number, and he's going to be wrapped up for a loss, and it'll be 3rd down and long coming for Russellville. They tried to sneak one past Parkview. Parkview ready for it, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Well, Graham's been successful the last game or two of running the ball, and I think Parkview's probably saw that. And they're ready for him.
Well, now they're not going quick here. They're going to huddle up, but they're checking the sideline. 6:40 left to play here in the first quarter. We have no score. The Cyclones looking at 3rd down and 10. They've converted on 2 third downs already. 3 receivers to the right. Graham back to pass. Going to be flushed out of the pocket. Rolling to his right. He's throwing it downfield, going for Stokes, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete. Cyclone fans are wanting a flag. They're not going to get it. It'll be 4th down and 10 for Russellville. They're going to Stokes once again inside the 10. Just could not make the connection. And we'll see what Coach Wheeler wants to do. Again, they're still in the same situation. It'll be a long field goal here. You'd hike it from the 32. You add 7 yards for the snap, 10 yards for the end zone. And you're looking at a 49-yard field goal. Too close to punt. Russell's going to go for it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Graham back to pass. Looking to the right side, he's throwing. He's got Stokes out there, and Stokes ran out of bounds. No flag. Russell was wanting holding. Stokes had run out of bounds, and so the pass goes incomplete. That was going to Stokes no matter what. They were hoping for one-on-one. They got it, but Stokes couldn't create any separation, actually got pushed out of bounds. And so Russell turns the ball over on down. 6:20 left to play here in the first quarter. We have no score.
Yeah, it looked like he got pushed while the ball was in the air, but unfortunately it occurred in front of two refs.
The two officials on the sideline both threw their hat down, which means he stepped out of bounds. So if he stepped out of bounds early, there was no cause for pass interference. So the defense going to be called upon here. Parkview with better field position than what they started the first time, and they're going to give it to Joyner first thing. No, they gave it on the end around. Running far side as Eccles breaks a tackle, and he may go the distance. He's at the 30, 25-20, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 15. That's Willie Eccles on the carry.
There's a flag down at the 40.
Yeah, he got to the Cyclone 11-yard line. You're right, there is a flag at the Cyclone 39-yard line. And they're talking to Coach Wheeler. I don't know why they were talking to him, because he'd be accepting it right here. And then it's a hold at the 39. So it goes as a 29-yard gain and then 10 yards from the spot. So it's still first down and 10. Big play for Parkview, though. Even that you wipe it out where it could have been bigger inside the red zone, it's still a 29-yard pickup and then the 10-yard penalty. We have no score, 6:09 left to play. Russell turning the ball over on downs, giving Parkview the ball, and now Parkview looking at 1st and 10, and now here's Joyner for the carry, breaking a tackle at the 49 and runs into a pile at the 45-yard line. They got forward progress there, and he'll pick up 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming for the Parkview Patriots.
Yeah, number 24, Shane Booker, in on the bottom of that. Had him wrapped up around the ankles.
Parkview likes to run the football, which means it ends up shorten the game. They're not in Lake Hamilton's territory on that, but they do like to run the football. 2 receivers to each side on 2nd and 6. Joyner, and the ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by the quarterback, Jaylon White, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gains a half a yard. Looked like a read option, and it looked like James Joyner wasn't expecting the football because he went to go block. Jaylon White ends up getting about a half yard, but it'll be 3rd down and 6. I'll tell you, he's lucky that ball bounced and almost came right back up to Jaylon White on the 2nd bounce, because he didn't go to dive for it. He went to pick it up. Usually bad things happen on that. So 3rd down and 6. Let's see if they go for a pass here. Jaylon White, a hard count, trying to get Russell to jump. Would not have been the 1st down. Russell did not jump in the neutral zone. A check with me as they're changing the play. Joyner, the running back, to the right of Smith. Back to pass. Pumps, and he's going to be hit, but he breaks a tackle. Throwing on the run, it's incomplete. Russellville hit him in the backfield. He able to break the tackle. I don't know who hit him, and then looked like Traylor chased him out to the right. Forced the incomplete pass, and looks like they're going to have to punt the football here on 4th and 6.
That was I believe that's number 10, if I'm reading it right. No.
I couldn't tell who it was.
Number 18, Harrington.
Okay. Jake Harrington. Now here's Branch to punt it away for Parkview on 4th and 6. Russell in punt safe mode. They don't want to jump, and he takes a lot of steps there, and Russell's going to let it hit. It's going to hit at the 10 and roll inside the 5, and Parkview's going to down it at the 2-yard line. Well, then they're going to say that they went into the end zone with it.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we got a break there. I thought they caught it at the 2. Maybe they didn't have control of it. Parkview's not happy. They're trying to get an explanation. They thought they downed it at the 2-yard line. They're trying to get an explanation. Bolding over there on that far side. 4:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Russellville benefit there, and I don't think Bolding agreed with it. He's given that official an earful. Russellville's going to start at their own 20-yard line. Turn this break into some points. Russellville going tight formation now as Covington will be the S-back / tight end along the right side. Russell with a tight end. Going to hand it off here. And this is Elijah Clark on the move, and he's going to get down to the 25-yard line. I couldn't tell if that was a pitch or a pass or a handoff there.
No, he pitched it to him.
Okay.
Forward
pitch, so it goes as a pass to Elijah Clark. 5 yards on the pickup. Russellville looking at 2nd down and 5. We have no score. 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter.
Russellville's been running to that right side of our offensive line, and the hose has been there.
Tracy Daniels is the running back. He's going to get the call on 2nd and 5, and he'll get a yard maybe to the 26-yard line. Russell's defense has done an excellent job. They gave up 39 yards total in 2 drives, and you got to think 29 of that came on one play. They've only given up 1 first down. The offense for Russellville on their first possession drove down to the 32-yard line, but turned the ball over on downs on a 4th and 10. And this is their second possession here. They're looking at 3rd down and 4 from their own 26-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Graham back to pass. He's going to step up and throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. Just threw it into the seats there. I don't know who he's going to. It looked like there was 2 receivers there. It looked like they were blocking, weren't expecting the ball. So after the pass goes incomplete, Russell's going to have to punt the football away on 4th down and 4. Couldn't tell what the play was. Looked like somebody, or maybe 2 or 3 guys, weren't on the same page on that play. 4th down and 4. Russellville going to snap the ball from their own 26-yard line. Willie Eccles, very dangerous return man, is back for Parkview, and he's inside their 40-yard line. Ben Hallmark going to run to the right, kick this one. Wobbly low kick's going to hit at the 42, and Eccles going to let it bounce. Takes a big Russellville bounce. Hit at the 42, and it's going to roll inside the 30, inside the 20, and just inside the 15-yard line, a 60-yard punt.
Great punt by Hallmark. Again, a low-line drive off to the side a little bit. Had a good bounce.
They're going to have to call it now a 59-yard punt because they put it at the 15-yard line, even though that was clearly inside. But that's still going to make them go a long way. The defense going to be called upon again after forcing Parkview to punt. You hate that you forced them to punt twice, haven't anything to show for it. The good thing is you backed them up a little bit, and this is easily their worst starting position for the night. James Joyner, the running back, number 1, is directly behind Jalen White, the quarterback, and he's going to pull it. Quarterback throws complete to the far side to Eccles. He's got a lot of room, a lot of green. He's across the 40. He's at midfield, and he's going to go the distance. He's going to go the distance on this little screen pass and went untouched 85 yards into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody over there to guard him.
Well, we saw that on the first play of the game, and Parkview probably thought about that because it wasn't a great pass. It wasn't a great pass on the first play of the game. They short-hopped it. Nobody was out there. They did it again, and Russellville had not adjusted. 85 yards for the touchdown, making it 6-0 Little Rock Parkview. On to try the extra point is Tavon Haney, and I guess the best way to put this is it's been an adventure for Haney, and they've actually brought in another field goal kicker, 47. We don't have him on the roster. Haney has been really – he's hit his lineman in the back with a kick before, and so we'll see how this probably a freshman. He kicks it through. It's good, and Parkview leads it 7-0. We'll take a break with 2:51 left to play here in the first quarter. Parkview leads the Cyclones 7-0. You're listening to Russellville Cyclone football on 102.3.
At Fleet Tire Point S, the S stands for service, selection, and savings because you, the customer, are always the top priority. If you need new tires to get ready for winter, the tire and automotive experts at Fleet Tire Point S have more than 30 years of experience. And Fleet Tire Point S consistently offers unparalleled service and quality tires to fit every budget. Come by today and experience the Fleet Tire Point S difference on Arkansas Avenue, your local tire and auto service center. No stress with Point S.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trailing 7-0 on that one-play, 85-yard drive for Little Rock Parkview, in which Russellville had shut them down on the first 2 possessions, but on that one-play, 14-second drive for the Patriots, they lead at 7-0.
Well, we just need to have patience, play our game, go down and score. No need to rush.
Well, you got to score. You got to generate some offense somewhere. Get some points on the board. The kickoff's going to be knocked down by Russellville at the 10. It's going to be Tracy Daniels across the 15, 20, 25. Breaks a tackle there, and he'll stumble forward to the 29-yard line as Daniels returns it out for Russellville. Cyclones have pretty good field position here. 19-yard return by Tracy.
Yeah, Daniel just raised his hand up and and stopped the ball, knocked it down, picked it up, and ran. That's good.
Look, it looked like it was going across the goal line, but, hey, it's a live ball. You can't really assume that. And it was low enough he could do that. 19 yards on the pickup. Russell now going with a different formation. It's almost like two running backs with Graham and then a running back behind him. Man goes in motion, give it off to Donahoe, start left, cuts back right. He's got some room. He's across the 40, takes a hit at the 45, and is able to get a few more to the 48-yard line. Big gain by Damon Donahoe. Put it down at the 48-yard line, 19 yards on the pickup for Damon.
Again, running to that right side of our offensive line.
Well, they had moved the man in motion, Hallmark, to the left, and he started left, almost a counter play there. So it fooled the Parkview defense. On 1st and 10, Damon gets the call, this time more traditional straight up the gut. He'll gain a yard to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 1 on the play. Yeah, when you get the flow going one way, sometimes there's a cutback lane there, and that's what happened. So I think they had that offensive line going left side and provided a cutback lane to the right side for that big 19-yard gain. Russellville, they gave him the 48 here. I'm going to already tell you, I've already had some issues with the spot tonight, and I'm going to have it continue because he got the 49. They marked it the 49, and then they moved it back. So officially 2nd and 10 on the no gain. Graham back to pass, throwing out far side, throws it too far out in front of Hallmark. Had some open area over on that far side. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
If we can ever get Hallmark the ball out there on their secondary, it's going to be trouble for Parkview.
3rd down and 10 for the Cyclones, trailing 7-0, 1:42 left to play in the first quarter. Yeah, they were almost in front but still behind Hallmark in a way that if he caught it and turned, he had a lot of area. Not saying he was going to outrun Eccles, but he was going to definitely pick up the first down before being chased down. Russellville on a big 3rd down play here has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, short side of the field. That's Stokes. They've tried to go him one-on-one. Let's see if they do it here. Graham going to roll to his right, eyes downfield, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 43-yard line and losing 5 yards on the play, and so that guarantees Russell's probably going to punt here as he scrambles out of bounds for a loss of 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 15, and Russell's going to have to punt it away. Stokes, they had one-on-one over in this right side. They actually have now his left leg taped right at the knee and just below the knee, and I don't think it was like that to start the game. So wonder if he got tweaked the knee a little bit, but he was out there for that play. And Hallmark on to punt it away. Hallmark going to angle to the right, gets this one. This is a booming punt. Backpedaling is Eccles as he fields it at the 13-yard line, running far side to the right. He's across the 15, breaks free at the 20, 25, and steps out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And now a late flag coming in. It's going to be a personal foul penalty, late hit out of bounds against Russellville. Eccles here fielded this around the 12-yard line, so it was a 45-yard punt. And we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Russellville made contact still in the field of play, but a little extra emphasis taking him down is going to be what gets the Cyclones here, and it'll be a penalty coming against Russellville.
And it was a late flag. The official didn't look like he was going to throw it.
15 yards from the end run, so instead of them having the ball at the 23-yard line, it's going to give them the ball out at the 38-yard line. That's the first penalty against the Cyclones. And this goes for 15 yards. Costly penalty for Russellville. Cyclones trailing 7-0 with 1:24 left here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Joyner will get the call straight up the middle, and he's across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
That's Ben Hallmark there on the tackle.
5-yard pickup to the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots.
Russellville defense on the field here. It's 2nd down and 5. Swing pass out here, complete to the left side. Another room here on down the left sideline. The 40, back at the 30, cuts back at the 25, and they may go the distance here. The 15, the 10, the 5. Are they going to get in the end zone? They do. A 52-yard touchdown pass goes to, they have him as number 40, Martario Elston. His first catch of the season, his first touchdown. No, Don't worry about it.
I tell you, just a little swing pass.
Make it 13. I'm sorry, make it 13-0. They'll come on to try the extra point. With 36 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. The kick is up, and it's good. 14-0 Patriots lead. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football in River Country, KCJC.
For 46 years, we guarantee you're going to get the best deal and the best value at Phil Wright Autoplex. Come pick out your Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Toyota. Come see why we're selling more cars than ever before. Phil Wright Autoplex, exit 84, just off 540, Russellville. Or shop us online at philwright.com.
With so many uncertainties today, one thing's not. 45 years of providing dependable new or pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley.
Come see us at Phil Wright Toyota at the Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
Exit 84 off 540 or visit us online at philwright.com.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trailing 14-0. Had some promise to start the game with two big defensive stops, but last two times just not been able to muster anything on offense and not been able to muster a stop on defense. The Cyclones trail 14-0.
Well, that was just a little swing pass off to the left, and it was nothing but a foot race.
On to try the kick here. Russell 2 players deep. It's going to squib it, and it's going to squirt through Russellville. It's a live ball. And it's going to be batted back out of the end zone, and Russellville might have a safety here. Russellville batted it backwards into the end zone, and I'm not sure what the call is going to be. You can't bat the ball intentionally. They've put the ball down at the 2-yard line, and they're going to have to talk about this. Russellville batted the ball into its own end zone. They're going to give the ball to the Cyclones at the 1-yard line. But they're going to come talk about it here. I think this might be a safety when you bat it intentionally, and Russellville may be on the bad end of this one. Tracy Daniels was wanting it to carry into the end zone, and he batted it. You got to make it look like.
There's the flag.
Yeah, there's the flag. You got to make it look like, and it's not going to be a safety. The flag, it's going to be half the distance, but Russell's going to get it at the 1-yard line. So half the distance here. Russell's going to start at the 1-yard line. How about that, a 1-yard penalty?
Well, his first marker was at the 4.
It was at the 2. It was at the 2.
Was it at the 2?
Because they put it down at the 1. It ends up being a half-yard penalty, but we got to call it something, so we're going to call it a 1-yard penalty. Trust me. Here's the handoff to Tracy Daniels, and he's going to get a yard, a couple, and now just carries the pile to the 5-yard line. So Russell will have second down coming. Get a little bit more breathing room here as they put him down at the 5.
It's amazing to me how that official on that far side can see where that ball stopped. Goes a little short of the 5. It's the first quarter.
Yep, we're done with the first quarter. Russellville trailing 14-0. Needs something good to happen soon. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football in River Country, KCJC.
Shane here from Off-Road Tire. The thing that makes Off-Road Tire so special is their care for doing the job right. With a name like Off-Road Tire, of course they're an authority in lift kits and aftermarket mods for your truck, but it just so happens that they are specialists in all kinds of vehicles. They can take care of your minivan right next to the 4-wheel drives with quality, consistent results. Go see my friends at Off-Road Tire just 0.2 of a mile past UEC Theaters in Russellville. Off-Road Tire.
Mr. Brake and Lube, your local Pennzoil 10-minute oil change superstop at 1415 East Main Street, has the best brand name oils like Mobil 1, Castrol, Motorcraft, Rotella, and Quaker State without breaking the bank. Plus specials to save even more. Come by 1415 East Main Street when you need an oil change or repair work from your local one-stop maintenance shop you can count on. Mr. Brake and Lube, and follow Mr. Brake and Lube on Facebook to keep up with monthly specials.
Welcome back. We get ready to start the second quarter again. Russell playing here on a Thursday night at War Memorial Stadium because the Razorbacks going to play here at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. Don't want to play a Friday night game before a Razorback game. We know that the junior high is at home at Cyclone Stadium playing against Clarksville, Colors night. Start second quarter, Russellville played well for about a quarter, and then it kind of blew up a little bit, trail 14-0. They have the ball 2nd and 7 from their own 5-yard line. Throwing it out of the end zone, it was incomplete, almost complete to Tracy Daniels. It was really thrown really high. He wasn't able to catch it, almost made a great catch. We're actually lucky he didn't because he was drilled at the 2-yard line. But even with that high pass, it kind of threw him off a little bit, and they were able to break free, so Russellville lucky that Tracy didn't catch that. And they're looking at 3rd down and 7 from the 5-yard line. Gavin Graham, 6 of 12 for 36 yards. Throwing the football. In that first quarter, Russellville 59 total yards, 182 for Little Rock Parkview, and it was really 2 drives, mainly 2 big plays. Graham rolling to his left, being flushed out of the pocket, and if he can get away, he's got some room. No, he's going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. If he could have gotten the corner, he had all day to run, but he's going to lose 4 yards on the play, and Russellville's going to have to punt from deep in their own end.
Ben's not going to have much room.
No. But, look, I'm telling you, Coach Wheeler, he practices this. He practices every kind of kicking situation, works on the kicking game every day, and he works not just on regular stuff. He works on weird situations. And they're schooled what to do, even on some weird football rules. I've seen them work on it. He's going to punt it from deep in his own end. Usually you snap at 15 yards. You only got 11 to work with here. Heels just inside the goal line, takes 1 step, kicks it out, and it's going to be fielded by Eccles, and he dropped it. It's a live ball. Ty Hips is there to pick it up at the 29-yard line.
There's a flag.
A late flag coming in after the play. And Russellville able to cover it at the 29-yard line. And a player is down for Little Rock Parkview. We'll have to wait and see what the flag is, but this is definitely a turnover. And I don't know why Eccles, he was on a dead sprint trying to catch it. I don't know why he tried it, because it was going to hit shy of the 40-yard line. And wait and see what the play is. Personal foul against. Okay, they just signaled personal foul against Russellville, but they marked off 15 yards against Parkview.
Yeah.
And they said it was on Ben Hallmark, and they marked it off against Parkview. So did they get the wrong? They pointed it towards Parkview. Oh, sorry. They signaled personal foul against Russellville. They told the number, which I didn't think they did in high school football, but they did. And now they're going to have to correct themselves. And it looks like it is against Parkview. They signaled the wrong direction.
Wrong direction.
And now Bolding is out there, the head coach for Parkview. He wants an explanation, and they're trying to tell him they just pointed the wrong direction, and it goes against Little Rock Parkview. It's a 15-yard personal foul penalty. I was going to say, I didn't think Ben Hallmark was down there. He was the one punting it. So Cyclones, Ty Hips getting the punt, fumble, and first break of the game goes for Russellville, and we'll see what they do on 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off, and Russellville's going to lose a yard on the play. That was Damon Donahoe, I believe, on the carry.
They're trying to go up the middle, and he was stopped.
And they're gonna give him the 45. We're still waiting, and we have a player that's slow to get up for Russellville. Donahoe's up, but he was slow enough to get up, and he's hobbling a little bit, so that's why they have a dead ball. They're going to put it down at the 44-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. All right, on 2nd down and 10, Graham rolling to his left. He's got all day to throw. His throwing is complete. Here's Elijah Clark at the 30, at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cyclones. 56 yards on the play.
That's a great pass by Graham and a great catch. And Elijah Clark just outran everybody. Well, we scored from a turnover.
How about that? Noe Jimenez on to try the extra point. Yeah, Russell, think about it. Just a few minutes ago, they're backed up at their own 1, 4th and 10. Now they're kicking the extra point. Jimenez is perfect on the season, remains that way. Russell trails 14-7 with 10:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Well, first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football in River Country, KCJC.
On average, you spend 33% of your life in bed. So why are you sleeping on a worn-out mattress? Box Drop in Russellville is dropping factory outlet pricing on your favorite name brand mattresses. Save up to 70% on Serta, Simmons, and other national brands. Same-day deliveries available. See Marty for details. Better sleep, better price, better life. Get factory outlet pricing at Box Drop, your mattress and furniture factory outlet store at Funky Town Mall, 1610 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville, and boxdroprussellville.com.
Well, Russellville able to buy some time, and they seem to have success sometimes when they roll Graham out of the pocket. They usually roll him off to the right. That time they rolled left, and he found Elijah Clark almost around the 30-yard line for the completion, and Elijah took it from there in. Russellville actually goes 71 yards on the drive. Only took him 25 seconds. Even though 71 yards, because you got to count that penalty. That's why it was counting there. 56-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was good by Noe Jimenez, and Russellville trails 14-7. Needed something good to happen, and that did happen there, right there. 2 plays on the drive, a penalty and 2 plays. Noe Jimenez rushes up like he's going to kick it, and now Alex Bonilla going to sky kick it here. It's going to be fielded at the 25-yard line, and they called for the fair catch. Is that what they did? That's actually a penalty if they take off running. They're going to call for the fair catch. If he called for the fair catch, he got the 25-yard line. They're giving him the 28. How can you do that? He caught it at the 25. You don't give him a return of 3 yards, but they just did that. So I don't understand that. They gave him the 28-yard line. He caught the ball at the 25. I'm giving him a return. Good grief. So they get a 3-yard return on a fair catch. But they have the ball at their own 28-yard line. Cyclones need a stop here. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Jalon White, the quarterback, is going to hand it off on the sweep to Joyner. Slips a tackle back at the 24. Can he get the edge? Russell trying to string it out. Gabe Hogue actually after to string it out. Waits on some help from his friends, and they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a good play by that defensive unit, not letting him get to the corner and turn.
James Joyner, 5 carries for 16 yards. It's been 2 big plays for Little Rock Parkview. That's been the game. 85-yard touchdown pass on a screen pass, a 52-yard touchdown pass on a screen pass. That's been the game. 2nd down and 9 as they gave Joyner a yard on this play. Smith, his read option to give it to Joyner, and there's nowhere to go. He's hit by Travion Traylor, and Travion's not going to let him up. Now, how in the world are they giving him the line of scrimmage? He stopped him in the backfield. They're giving him the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and 9. This is ridiculous. Still, we got to stop there. He did not make the line of scrimmage.
Somebody check that yearbook.
Yeah, he did not make the line of scrimmage. Travion just fighting through there. It's 3rd down and long for the Patriots. 3 receivers to the right, spaced out. Short side of the field's the left side. White back to pass, throwing it wide open in the middle of the field to complete at the 40-yard line, now to the 43, enough for the 1st down. That's the man who had his first touchdown reception on his first reception earlier tonight, Montero Elston. And he picks up the 1st down for the Patriots.
Well, that's been Parkview's success is passing tonight instead of running.
Well, it's just been 2 big plays, really. That conversion on the 3rd down goes 14 yards, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to each side. Here's a sweep play to Joyner, and he's hit at the 44-yard line. Gain of a couple. That's been it. Actually, that was Eccles on the run.
You're right. They gave him a half a yard more.
They bring up 2nd down and 9 at the between the 44 and the 45-yard line. 8:25 left to play here in the first half. Cyclones trailing by a touchdown. Thursday night football here. We know the junior high is playing back at Cyclone Stadium for Colors Night. 8th grade and 9th grade playing against Clarksville. Two receivers to each side. Parkview back to pass. Wide open in the middle is Montero once again. Sorry, that's actually number 3 for them. That's a Jalon Smith. Catches it from Jalon White, and he's into Cyclone territory at the 40 to the 37-yard line. Boy, somebody's lost an assignment there because that guy was wide open. That's the second time they run that play, but with a different player. And he ran for 20 yards before he ever got touched. First down and 10. Now here's Eccles, started at left, cuts back right. Can he get the edge? Russell stringing it out. They're going to stop him, but not before he gets to the 30-yard line. Eccles picks up 7 on the play. Hogue on the stop, second down and 3. Eccles now 3 carries for 37 yards. Russell has been daring them to pass, but at times they've come up with some big pass plays. A couple big wide ones over the middle and 2 big screen passes. That's been Parkview's 2 touchdowns. Russell just scored on a big play of their own, but Parkview on the move here trying to answer. Cyclones trail by a touchdown. Here's the fake and the throw across the middle on the fake. A play-action pass. It's incomplete inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Parkview. As they go to Parker Perry, their leading receiver, the first time he's touched the ball tonight.
I don't know who got to White, but he got nailed by the time he released that ball.
They give him the 7-yard line, so first and goal. And the give straight up the middle, off the right side, into the end zone for the touchdown, Willie Eccles. Well, they made that one look easy. That drive made it look extremely easy to answer the Cyclones touchdown. They start at their own 28-yard line after the sky kick. And they drive right down. 8 plays is all it took them to score, and waiting the extra point to see if they could go back up by 14. 6:39 left to play here in the first half. Hey, this freshman kid they brought on to kick extra points tonight, first game for him. He's done well. He's now 2 of 3. Missed this one left. Good. I was trying to put the jinx on him. So the extra point is no good. Makes it 20-7 with 6:39 left. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Holton Lee and the folks at Strikers Bowling Alley Russellville have some great weekend specials they want to remind you about. Friday night, all you can bowl for $17.75 per person from 4 until 9 at Strikers, and Saturdays from 1 to 5, enjoy a special price per game of just $3.75 per person. Just a few of the many reasons to come and have some fun at Strikers Bowling Alley Russellville. Strikers on West Main by the theater.
Welcome back. They go 72 yards in 8 plays. Eccles a 7-yard touchdown run, but a couple big pass plays again, just throwing across the middle. The Patriots don't want to throw the ball, but they've gotten 2 big pass plays for touchdowns on screen passes, and they found guys wide open in the middle of the field, 1 for 19 yards, 1 for 23 yards on that drive, and they lead at 20-7 after they missed the extra point. Russell's got 6:39 left here in the first half. See if they can answer again. Remember, Russell will get the ball to start the second half. Parkview with the wind at their back will kick this one down the middle of the field, and Russell's going to let it hit in the end zone right at the goal line, so Russell will have the ball at their own 20. That's good because it's been an adventure returning kickoffs, so Russell's had some miscues back there, and none bigger than what happened when they did the batting backwards. But that turned into some points. Remember, Russell had it 4th and 10 from their own 1-yard line, punting it away. They punt a low kick, and Parkview tried to field it, fumbled it. Russell recovered it at the 29-yard line. A personal foul penalty by Parkview put Russell in better shape. 2 plays later, the Cyclones scored their only points. They trail, though, here 20-7. Have the ball at their own 20-yard line with 6:39 left. Graham back to pass. He's got time. Now he's going to be dropped back at the 10-yard line. Had some time. He was looking left. Did not see the pressure coming from his right side, and it's a 10-yard loss on 1st and 10. Bring up 2nd down and 20, and now Russell probably in that mode of having to throw the football after trying to pass on 1st and 10. But sometimes that's when they like to run the draw play or run something like a little pop something quick here. That play just took a little too long to develop, and Russell couldn't protect Graham long enough. See what we dial up on 2nd down and 10. Graham, the running back to his right, drops back. He's around the 1-yard line, pumps. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, looking. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Try and look over on that right side. He's just trying to get rid of it. Now 3rd down and 10. I'm sorry, 3rd down and 20 coming for the Cyclones.
Well, we need to get something, maybe not all of it, but we got to get out of that, off that 10-yard line.
5:54 left to play here in the first half. Russell had 2 pretty good drives in the first quarter that ended with no points. And it's been feast or famine since then. They scored on a big play. 3rd down and 20. Graham throwing near side, and it's complete to Stokes. Flag is down, but the play is complete, and he's about a yard shy of the first down. And decision time for Coach Wheeler. Do you want 4th and 1, or do you want pass interference and 3rd down and long? Well, he's probably going to check and see where the play is, because he's a yard shy of the first down. Well, what do you want? It'll be 4th down and 1 if he declines it, or it'll be 3rd down and 10. And he's checking with his offensive coordinator, Coach Clark. A discussion saying, hey, do we want to go for it? I think that's the discussion. I think, do you want to go for it on 4th and 1, or do you want 3rd and 10? Wheeler's thinking it over. He's talking to Coach Tyler Clark, who was the head coach at Paris last year. Got their decision. They're going to decline it. Do you have the rest mic'd?
No, they're taking the penalty.
Okay. Well, it's 15 yards. I'm sorry. I thought it was 10-yard penalty. Okay, so instead of 4th and 1, we'll take 3rd and 5. Well, that's a no-brainer. I'll take that. 3rd down and 5. But he was talking it over with Coach Clark. .546 left to play here in the first half. Cyclones trailing by 13. Have the football at their own 25-yard line. 3rd down and 5. Graham back to pass, looking left. Swing pass out of the backfield to Tracy Daniels, and he's going to be stopped shy of the first down by a yard. So we're in the same position we were just in. It's 4th down and 1 coming for the Cyclones at their own 29-yard line, and you're down 2 scores. You're not supposed to win this game. You're the underdog again this game. We'll see what Russell dials up. You know, Russell's been the underdog in every game this year, according to Hootens. They're 3-4 on the season, though. And now Parkview wants to take a timeout. 5:08 left to play here in the first half. 4th down and 1 coming for Russellville. They trail by 13. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
West Fraser Lumber in Russellville are proud supporters of our local athletic programs and love their community. Right now, West Fraser's Russellville location is looking for a hard-working millwright that's interested in joining their team. West Fraser offers competitive pay, paid holidays and vacations, and a benefits package. So go online at westfraser.com/careers and complete an application today. That's westfraser.com/careers. Choose a career with West Fraser because your future is up to you.
Welcome back. The Cyclones looking at 4th down and 1 from their own 29-yard line. The Patriots calling a timeout. Never know, Russellville may think about this now and switch, but you know you're down by 13. I like the idea of going for it here, but you also want to get the right play. Russellville's wants to make sure that too. It's a good full yard. You need right at the 30 because this drive started after a touchback, and the nose of the football just outside the left hash is at the 29-yard line. Tight formation. Stokes is a lone receiver, and Ben Hallmark is in there, but not at quarterback. He's going to be split wide left, not wide left, but split off the line left. And he comes in motion along the right side, scooting across, and Graham going to give it off, and I don't know. I don't think we made it. Second push, he has stuck the ball. Tracy Daniels has stuck the ball across the 30-yard line. It depends on the spot. And I don't think we're getting a good spot here.
No,
I think it's going to be shy of the 30, so Russellville will turn the ball over on downs. Second time the Cyclones have turned the ball over on downs tonight. This time, though, they do it deep in their own end at the 29-yard line with 5:01 left to play here in the first half. Now, the defense really has got to come up big here for Russellville because that'll lead to that two-possession thing, where you back-to-back possessions where you get the ball to start the second half. But we need something good to happen here. The Patriots take over at the Cyclone 29-yard line after Russellville turned the ball over on downs. And now we have a timeout called by Coach Wheeler, and he's calling his defense over. We'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 20-7. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Amcor is hiring. Production entry-level pay is $15.40 an hour, and production operators start at $17.95 and can earn up to $27.77 an hour. And Amcor has a 4-year injury-free safety record. Plus, Amcor offers a $1,500 sign-on bonus, 401k match, and full benefit package, plus paid vacation. Start a career with a global company by visiting amcor.com/careers today, or go to Indeed and quick apply at Amcor Russellville.
Welcome back, the Cyclones. Turning the ball over on downs, going for it on 4th and 1, was not able to get there. They got about the length of the football. They needed a yard. And so Parkview taking over at the Cyclone 29-yard line, going in, and Russellville using their first timeout.
Joyner's back in there, number 1, the running back.
They're going to play action pass to him, throwing far side. A big hit by Russellville, Gabe Hogue. Said it before that he'll hit anything that moves. He just got introduced on that far side to Jalen Smith, and Jalen probably said to his quarterback, don't do that again. Big play there by by Hogue on Jalen, and it goes for a loss of 3 on the completed pass. So back at the 32-yard line, 2nd down and 13. He really hung his receiver out to dry there to Jalen White. He's going to, here on the end around, they're running. Here's Eccles. He's got some room along the 30, spin move. We have 3 flags coming in. This is going against Parkview, and they're going to get down to the 20-yard line. But Russellville players coming off injured and running off holding his wrist, and this has got to be against Parkview. There's 3 flags on the play, all in the general same area. As let's see, the furthest one is at the 26-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what the call is and where they mark it. The officials huddling here. 4:17 left to play here in the first half. Russellville trailing 20-7. Just turned the ball over on downs and need a big stop by their defense. The officials still talking about it. Official is Mike. The White Hat's Mike tonight, so we've been trying to turn up the crowd mic a little bit when he starts talking. We'll see what the play is. Russellville defense just standing around him looking for some kind of movement there. If they're clapping or pointing, or Parkview has backed way up. I think they think it's on them, but they may be talking about where to spot it. Well, I'm waiting too, because stat-wise there's a lot of things going on a penalty. For instance, if he gained 5 yards before where the penalty was assessed, he gets credit for that, so we're kind of waiting to see where they're going to spot the football from. They're still talking about it. We could have gone to break here.
They're moving the flag back.
Yeah, put it at the 29, looks like. Blindside block against the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Also against Parkview. This is going to be a big loss. Okay. So you don't tack them on. You don't piggyback both of them. So blindside block be marked against Parkview out to the 44-yard line. It'll still be 2nd down, though. 2nd down and 25. Two receivers to each side for Parkview, looking at 2nd down and 25. White back to pass. He's going to go for it all. Got man-on-man coverage out there, and it's going to be tipped and caught. Good grief, what a catch at the 1-yard line. Russellville almost had an interception. They're actually the one that tipped it out there, and it was caught by Parker Perry at the 2-yard line. They'll mark it down at the 1-yard line. Well, that was just good luck for them and bad luck for us. We're actually the one that tipped it. Russell tipped it. They give it to the 1, and it's a 43-yard pickup.
Yeah.
And we're watching the replay here in the stadium, and we're the ones that tip it, and it was just taken away by Parker Perry. And now they're going to go tight formation on 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. They're going to go under center. When they do this, it's a quarterback sneak. They do, and no signal yet, waiting, and they do signal touchdown. So on 2nd down and 25, a 43-yard pass, and then the next play, Jalen White carries it in from 1 yard out. Touchdown, Parkview. Making it 26-7. They're going to try the extra point, even though he missed the last one wide left. He's 2 of 3 from there tonight. Parkington with his kick. He scoots it in there just inside that left upright. Makes it 27-7. We'll take a break. 3:40 left to play here in the first half. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
ABC Children's Academy is a Level 3 Better Beginnings accredited child care center with 14 locations in the Pope, Johnson, and Yell County areas. Care is available for ages 6 weeks to 12 years. Plus, ABC provides all-day child care and a variety of enrollment options, including Arkansas Better Chance, child care vouchers, tuition-based therapy edit programs, and an ABA program for individuals with autism. Visit abcchildrensacademy.com for more info. ABC Children's Academy, changing our world, one student at a time.
KCJC, Dartnell, Russellville.
You guys play the best country of all.
River Country. KCJC.
Well, Parkview has not looked to pass tonight, even though it's been the passing game that's exploded it open here as they lead at 27-7. It's been just some simple pass plays. 2 screen passes that have gone a long ways for touchdowns. And then on 2nd 25, they just threw it up for grabs, and it was actually a bad pass. Russell had good position. They tipped it, and it was taken away by the receiver for Little Rock Parkview. After the kickoff, Russell going to take it from the 7-yard line. This is Daniels. He's going to be hit shy of the 20 and be brought down at the 19-yard line. A 12-yard return by Tracy Daniels. Russell again to back deep, trailing 27-7. 3:34 left to play here in the first half. Russell needs some points here because remember they're going to start the second half with the football. And good to get that double possession going. On that drive, it was a 29-yard drive in 4 plays. Even though the 43-yard pass, remember they had the penalty that moved them back. Jalen White, a 1-yard touchdown run. The only time they go under center, as far as we've seen on their film, is when they go quarterback sneak. They did that, making it 27-7. 3:34 left to play here in the first half. Russell, a tight formation. Here's a toss sweep, running far side, and that is with the first. Is that?
That's Foster.
Yeah. Mekhi Foster with his first carry tonight. And he'll lose a yard, maybe 2. They're going to mark at the 18-yard line, so officially a loss of 1 on the play.
It's good to see him back in there. He was the one that was injured on that penalty on his hand, but good, strong run by Foster.
Yeah, he got in on offensive side in the fourth quarter. Been playing some JV on Monday nights. That JV team's really lighting it up, by the way. Russellville on 2nd down and 11. Receiver to each side. And they're really pressing our wide receivers. If we could ever get free here, we have some room to run. Graham back to pass, pump fake. He's got Clark open. He can't see him because he's swarmed back inside the 10 at the 7. Elijah had beaten his man, but Gavin Graham had other troubles as he's dropped back at the 7-yard line, and Russell looking at 3rd down and a long, long ways. Clock rolling now at 2.5 to go, and I was thinking maybe we get a touchdown, a field goal before the half. Now we're just trying to get a first down so we don't have to get the ball back to Parkview. Little Rock Parkview winning last week against Van Buren 33-3. That stopped their 2-game losing streak. They had lost games to Lake Hamilton by 10 and Benton by 7. 3rd down and 22 for Russell at their own 7-yard line, and they're going to hand it off. And this is Mekhi Foster. He'll get up over the 10 to the 11, maybe 12-yard line, and pick up a 5 on the play. And that was just let's get some room so we could punt it away. Under 2 minutes to play, and I'll be surprised if Parkview doesn't call timeout here. And they're not. They're letting it roll down. Russell can let it roll down too. They can let it roll down to 1:16 before they snap it if they want to. Russell just now running on the rest of their punting unit.
Boy, it's good. It'd be good to get a turnover right here again.
They did it once on the punt. The only turnover of the game happened when Eccles ran up to try to field a punt, ill-advised, and fumbled it, and Ty Hips was there
Got offsides.
to kick it away. And here's a wobbly kick by Ben Hallmark. Eccles is going to field it, and he drops it. He drops it and covers it at the 45-yard line, touched it at the 48. And they're going to have to talk to him. We're okay with him fielding punts like that. He does officially get a 3-yard return on the on the punt there. It was a 36-yard punt with a 3-yard return, and they'll take over with 1:16 left to play here in the first half.
Looked like Parkview was offside, but no flag.
Parkview will take over at the Cyclone 45-yard line. Russell just 98 yards of offense tonight, 298 for the Patriots. Changing the play is the quarterback, Jalen White, or a check with me, 2 receivers to each side. James Joyner, who has not been much of a factor in this game, is in the backfield, and he's going to sprint wide out left. White's going to step up, and he's going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Good defensive play there by Gabe Hogue, providing the hit at the 30-yard line.
And that was intended for Eccles again. He's gotten hit a couple of good times on his routes. He may be telling that quarterback, go to somebody else.
Second down and 10 for Little Rock. 1:10 left to play here in the second quarter. Russell trailing by 20. 2 receivers to each side. There's Jalen White back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He throws it across the middle, and it's complete inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. And that is Parker Perry who made that incredible catch off of a defender of Russellville. They're going to go quickly here as they give him the 41. It's 3rd down and 6. They at least line up quickly. Back to pass. Once again, it's White. Going to step to his left, swing it out, and nobody home. He was trying to go over there to Joyner, and he threw it closer to the official on the sideline over there than Joyner. It'll bring up 4th down and 6. And we saw Russell in this position earlier in the game where it might be it's definitely too long for a field goal, might be too far to punt, but looks like they're going to punt it away, or at least going to line up like it. Watch the hard count, but it wouldn't give him a first down. 4th down and 6. Jalen White, 9 of 13 for 238 yards. His previous biggest passing day was 124 yards this season against Pine Bluff. But 2 screen passes that have gone for well over 130 yards. That'll do it. They're going to punt it away, and Russell came after that one a little bit. Didn't get it, and Russ was going to field it at the 15-yard line. That was Elijah Clark, who did not call for the fair catch. I don't know why they're marking at the 15-yard line. And he didn't call for the fair catch. They should give him the 17, but they don't. All right. And they're acting like he had called for the fair catch, so we'll have to go back and look at that. 26-yard punt with no return, and Russ will have the ball. So good job by the defense there with 36 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll see if Russell just wants to basically take a knee or if they want to do something here. I don't think you're worried about punting the football away here now. Try to get something going, maybe get a first down or just hand it off. They're going to hand it off, and Tracy Daniels straight up the middle. He's across the 20, 25, gets to the 26-yard line. That'll stop the clock with a first down. And now do you go to your 2-minute offense? You're just going to be content with going in only down 20? Looks like Russell may be doing that. 25 seconds left to play here in the first half clock. Russell does not have to snap it again, and they've got the 1st and 10 here after the 12-yard pickup, and looks like that's what Russell's going to do. They're still huddled up with 14 seconds left, but Russell definitely going to let the clock run out here. We're hanging with it just to make sure. 4 seconds now, 3, 2, 1, and the first half has come to a close. The Cyclones trail at 27-7. Been some tough big plays that's gone against Russellville, and that's been the story of the first half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have halftime stats for you. We'll talk about the last time, not last year, but the previous last time these two teams met, which was 8 years ago. Some interesting facts about that game, and all that and more coming up for your halftime show. The Cyclones trail at 27-20 here at the half. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Protect your investment with a high-quality custom building from a local manufacturer. Arkansas Carports offers in-house financing with no credit check up to $75,000 on custom-made carports, garages, barns, horse sheds, and more installed in as quick as 1 to 3 weeks with a lifetime warranty. Plus, ask about how you can join the Arkansas Carport dealership family today. Stop by Arkansas Carports on Highway 64 in Knoxville. Visit arkansascarports.com or call 479-885-5022.
Taking care of families. That's what the folks at C&D Drugstore have been doing in historic downtown Russellville for more than 6 decades when it comes to all your pharmaceutical needs. When it comes to compounding special medicines, R.D. Walker and his staff are there to serve you. And most importantly, if you need delivery, if you need curbside pickup, you need C&D Drugstore on the corner of B and Commerce in downtown Russellville, a 60-year tradition. Fellner's Athletes Corner, your high-performance athletic store for quality athletic footwear and apparel, features Nike, Under Armour, The North Face, Patagonia, Oakley, Saucony, New Balance, Brooks, Asics, Kabu, Keen, and many, many more. Fellner's invites you to make them your first stop. With more than 50 years combined experience, the familiar faces at Fellner's can help you with all your athletic needs. Fellner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main, Russellville, open 9:30 until 6 Monday through Saturday.
Hey, it's Drew Mitchell for Lakeside Oral, Facial, and Dental Implant Surgery. Lakeside is really proud this year to be sponsoring our local sports all throughout the River Valley. They're committed to the area. It's just another way they show that. When you're in the market for dentures, wisdom teeth, or whatever the case may be, remember Lakeside Oral, Facial, and Dental Implant Surgery, and check out their website at lakesideofs.com. Lakeside Oral Surgery, helping make the broadcast of local sports throughout the River Valley possible.
Welcome back. We're at the half. The Cyclones trailing 27-20, and on that punt return, one member of our media team here, Chase Canfield, said the other Cyclone punt returner had signaled fair catch, which is legal, and so that's why we were backed up to the 15-yard line instead of the 17 or 18-yard line. Tough first half for Russellville. It started out well with a couple of stops of their offense, but Russellville couldn't do anything offensively, and 2 big plays. It was an 85-yard touchdown pass on a screen pass, a 52-yard touchdown pass on a screen pass, and just like that, it was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Another couple big passes that converted third down plays. Again, I don't think they've been looking to pass. I don't think they were trying to attack Russellville with a pass. They threw it either out of desperation or just to get somebody out on the edge, and it's gone for a big gain a couple of times. And Jalen White, as we said, he has 124 yards passing against Pine Bluff. That was the only time he's thrown for 100 yards this season. He's over 200 yards tonight, and he's been the beneficiary of some nice moves by his wide receivers. So Cyclones trail here by 20. Your thoughts of the first half?
Well, it's what you said, the pass plays. Parkview's had to go to that because we have shut down Joyner in this first half. Now, whether we can do that in the second half, we'll have to wait and see. But their running game has been shut down, and especially Joyner. On our offense, anytime we've gotten the ball into Stokes and Clark's hands, it's been positive yards. I think we need to go back to that. It don't have to be a long, deep pass. Just a short pass to get the ball in their hands and let them go to work on the secondary. And we've proven tonight in the first half that we can do that. We can get the ball on the short passes. But I think that's what Russellville has to do.
Russellville, on their very first drive, that was the most successful drive other than the touchdown that they had. They started at their own 33-yard line. They drove to the 32-yard line of Little Rock Parkview, turned the ball over on downs on a 4th and 10 play, but they mixed it up really well. And, I mean, no gain over 15 yards on that drive. But since then, Russellville just not able to do anything except for the one touchdown drive. For Russellville, that came when they had it 4th and 10 from their own 1-yard line. Ben Hallmark on to punt. Willie Eccles of Parkview tried to field it on the run, fumbled it. Ty Hips was there to cover it at the 29-yard line. There's a personal foul penalty on that play against Little Rock Parkview. Moved the ball to the 44-yard line. 2 plays later, Gavin Graham found Elijah Clark at the 30. He took it in from there, 56 yards on the touchdown drive, on the touchdown pass. And the extra point was good by Noe Jimenez. That's been all the scoring for Russellville as they trail it here by a score of 27-7. We'll go over the other scoring summary just quickly for you. We said that the Patriots scored 2 times in the first quarter. They did. That 85-yard touchdown pass and the 52-yard touchdown pass. Again, both screen plays. The 85-yard pass was the only play of that drive, went 14 seconds. They scored with 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter on a 73-yard 3-play drive. So if you look at it, we were scoreless through most of the first quarter, and then in the last 2:51, Parkview scored twice, making it 14-0. Russellville answered then with that big play of their own after the turnover by Parkview. Then Parkview scored 13 unanswered after that. With 6:39 left in the half, they went on a 72-yard 8-play drive in 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Willie Eccles scored from 7 yards out. Then they took over when Russellville went for it on 4th and 1 from their own 29-yard line. Didn't make it. It looked like Russellville was sitting pretty when they had 2nd and long after a penalty. They had it from their own 44-yard line. They threw it deep. Russellville had great coverage. Looked to tip the ball away, but tipped it straight to a receiver. He just sort of took it away, caught it at the 1. They scored 1 play later. The extra point was good. They're 3 of 4 on their extra points tonight. That's why it's 27-28. 27-7 is our score. Once again, keep saying this because in case you're tuning in, Russellville playing tonight because they're playing at War Memorial Stadium. That's where Little Rock Parkview plays their home games now. And at 11 o'clock Saturday, the Razorbacks are going to play against UAPB. They didn't want a late Friday night game here and a 12-hour turnaround before they have a college team coming in here, a college football game to play, so they play this on a Thursday night. We know the junior high has colors night tonight as they have hosted Clarksville at Cyclones Stadium. Haven't received any word tonight. We know the volleyball team played earlier, so a lot going on for Russellville sports tonight back at Russellville and here in Little Rock. We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll talk about this moment in Cyclone history. We'll also have some stats to give you from that first half as Russellville trails 27-7. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Money, they say it greases the wheels of commerce. Everybody has to have a little now and again. If you're a little low on cash, bring your old, unwanted, or broken gold or silver jewelry into Joshua's Fine Jewelry and let us convert it into beautiful, brand new cash. Take your girl out for a night on the town. Buy your mom something nice. If you're not using it, sell it for top dollar at Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville. How many times have you had to go without your heating or your air unit when you needed it most? Your family's freezing or sweating and they look to you for relief. You call someone and they say it's going to cost an arm and a leg to fix. Do you really feel like you have a choice? Well, now you do. Call Tony at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air at 479-964-4004 for a free second opinion from a guy you can trust to take care of you and your family and get that unit running without all the extra charges. Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
First State Bank is proud to serve our community, a community made of hard-working friends and neighbors, folks who make our community better. You're why we offer personal, helpful service and convenient digital tools. You make our town what it is, deeply rooted, community-driven. First State Bank, these are our stomping grounds. Visit fsbmybank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in, like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today. In the River Valley, see River Valley Tractor on Weir Road in Russellville.
Welcome back. We're at the half. 27-7 is our score. Parkview leading the Cyclones here at War Memorial Stadium. Well, 8 years ago, in fact it was October 11th, 2013, these two teams hooked up in Game 6 of the season. They were both in a conference. They took a break from each other and then started back last year as conference foes. But playing at Little Rock Parkview 8 years ago, actually the game was at J.A. Fair because Parkview was playing their games over at Little Rock Fair. And it featured a Cyclone victory of 48-22, but it also featured the most successful night for a Cyclone quarterback ever, as Cody Jones, the Cyclone quarterback, threw for 510 yards and 6 touchdown passes. Get this, he was 26 of 30. He had 4 incompletions. And talked to Cody this week about that, and he's an assistant coach at Morrilton now. And I said, what's one of the things you remember? He said he remembered it well. He said the one thing he remembered, though, his first incompletion was near the end of the first half when he had to spike the ball to stop the clock because they were on a touchdown drive, and that stopped a string of, unofficially I have it, 14 completions in that first half, 6 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown passes to Drew Smith. Get this, Drew Smith, that's when I talked to the head coach at the time, Jeff Holt, when I talked to him about it, I said, what do you remember about that game? He said, I remember Drew having a big game, and he was right. 7 catches, 207 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And so I was looking at some of the stats. Russell had scored 7 touchdowns in the game. Kentrell Scott actually had a touchdown carry from 19 yards out. Jalen Curtis, you remember him? 6 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. But, yeah, that was a 48-22 victory for the Cyclones. The other thing Cody had told me, he said, I remember we had to keep throwing it because Parkview kept scoring, so we had to keep scoring. But he threw for 510 yards, 6 touchdown passes, 26 of 30. That happened on October 11th in 2013. What a great memory. I mean, for me calling the game, what great memory for the Cyclones winning that ball game 48-22. Well, Cyclones coming in this game have tied all-time with Parkview. They played 8 times, both teams winning 4. And as we had said, that the closest game was actually the very first one that they played, a 21-17 victory for Little Rock Parkview. All the other games have been double-digit wins for both teams. Let's hope that this one, the Cyclones can come back as they're down by 20. Remember, they will start the second half with the football. We're going to take a break. We come back, we're going to give you what's going on in a conference. Of course, playing Thursday night, but everything else going on tomorrow night. We'll talk about the conference and the conference standings and maybe some local teams and what they're facing tomorrow night. We come back. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Two important factors to remember about the Old South restaurant on East Main in Russellville. Johnny along to remind you they are consistency and variety. That's right. A friendly smile and a cup of coffee greet you when you arrive at the Old South. They're ready to serve and talk about variety. Whether it's chicken, steak, or chops, fish, or pork, breakfast anytime, burgers and sandwiches, and a great piece of pie, it's all available to you at the Old South. Visit there soon, East Main, Russellville.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
A solid roof for your business is key to keeping your employees, products, and valuables dry and clean. If you're experiencing roof leaks that are resulting in damaged equipment, stained ceilings, and walls, then don't let Mother Nature get the best of your business. The folks at E&F Roofing offer free commercial roof inspections, but their experience is priceless for your business. Not to lose productivity and extend the life of your roof. So contact E&F Roofing today for a free commercial inspection at 479-272-4069.
Welcome back. The Cyclones
The
here.
right roof starts with the right roofer. Your home is your largest investment, and when it's time for a roof repair or replacement, look no further than Miller Roofing Company. Miller Roofing has been in business over 30 years and sports a 9-time Best of the Best in the River Valley. They earn this reputation through stability and quality of service. Don't take my word for it. Go visit Lori and Wendell's new expansive showroom at 318 South Arkansas in Russellville, or by giving them a call at 890-3499. Miller Roofing Company will help you love where you live.
Some big things going to happen tomorrow night in the 6A West. Some things going to start getting ironed out maybe a little bit. As we look at the standings here, Benton and Lake Hamilton, they are both undefeated in the conference at 4-0. Greenwood alone in third place, 3-1. Little Rock Parkview 2-2. Mountain Home Russellville and Van Buren 1-3, and Silent Springs 0-4 on the season in conference play. Benton's got a big game. They're hosting a Greenwood. They are a favorite. It's the 6A game of the week. Other games going on in the conference. Lake Hamilton's at Van Buren. Silent Springs is at Mountain Home. So a little bit of log jam at the top, log jam at the bottom. Not going to totally separate, but the next 2 weeks should be big. Now, as far as the Cyclones are concerned, remember the top 6 teams go because we have 2 conferences, and the top 6 teams from both conferences go. So Russellville, even if they don't come back tonight, still have a chance. They don't have to win out after that, but it would help to try to get locked in for that 5 or 6 seed. If they want a 4 seed, they have to come back and win tonight and run the table. The good thing is Russellville has played the 4 toughest teams. Benton, Lake Hamilton, Greenwood, and Little Rock Parkview, top 4 teams in the state, and they're one half away of being done with that. And then they get to face off against Mountain Home and Silent Springs. Russellville beat Van Buren, so if there was a tiebreaker there, Russellville's going to get that because Russellville won that game. Looking at some other teams from our area playing tomorrow night, Clarksville is at Pea Ridge in a 4-4A conference. Mena will be at Dardanelle. That might be one of the better games, maybe the game of the week as far as our local teams are concerned. Hootens has a Dardanelle by 1 in that game. Waldron is at Dover. Ozark is at Pottsville. Lamar at Riverview. Boonville is at Atkins. Paris hosts Perryville. Two Rivers is at Mayflower. Danville is at Baptist Prep. And in 2A, Johnson County West Side is at Hector. Now, tomorrow night here on FM 102.3, we'll still have the scoreboard show, even though we won't have Cyclone football. We'll have it from 10 o'clock until midnight on 102.3, and Rex Nelson, Nate Olson do a fantastic job hosting that, and you can catch up on all the scores from across the state and high school football after this week. There's only 2 more weeks left before we start the postseason, so we're about to getting close to when it's crunch time, and probably starting next week it will be for a lot of teams. As we look here, the Cyclones trailing 27-20 here at the half. The stats, it looked better halfway through the first quarter because it looked more on our side, but it looks pretty lopsided right now. The Patriots with 302 yards of offense, Russell with 110. Realize now about 30 yards in sacks comes off of that total, but still Russell just 110 yards in that first half. Throwing the football, Gavin Graham was 8 of 15 for 96 yards. Did have a touchdown pass to Elijah Clark. He has 2 catches for 61 yards, of course 56 of that coming on the touchdown reception. Trenton Stokes, who's been targeted 6 times, has 3 catches for 26 yards. Caden Rose, 1 catch for 6 yards. Running the football, Damon Donahoe with 6 carries for 28 yards. Tracy Daniels, 4 carries for 17 yards. For Little Rock Parkview, Jalen Watt, their quarterback, 9 of 13 for 238 yards. Already a season high for him. 2 touchdown passes. His favorite target, I know he's kind of spread it around. We got 3 catches for Parker Perry and Montero Elston. They each have 2 big plays, and Parker Perry, those 70 yards on those. But the longest pass play was 85 yards, and that went for a touchdown. Elston also a touchdown reception. He has 3 catches for 67 yards. Team stats look like this. The only turnover of the first half was a fumbled punt by Little Rock Parkview that Russellville turned into points. Russellville did not turn the ball over in that first half. 2 penalties on the Cyclones for 16 yards. Remember, one of them was a 1-yard penalty because it was half the distance to the goal. 4 penalties on the Patriots for 55 yards. Russellville on third down conversions, 1 of 8. The Patriots 2 of 5. Russellville went for 3 fourth downs, only converted 1 of them. The Patriots did not go for it on 4th down in that first half. The Cyclones trailing here at the half, 27-20. We're at War Memorial Stadium. Both fans are sitting on the far side, kind of next to each other, and which is normal here. But Little Rock Parkview has taken that side as where they're sitting, or where they have their team. Russellville on the home side. We're on the home side in the press box here, and no fans on this side. So Russellville's had Nobody at their back. Little Rock Parkview coming onto the field now. There's 41 seconds left until we start the third quarter, but they usually do this. They bring the teams out, and then they give you 3 minutes. In fact, they have not put that up on the clock. I think they may be waiting for it to wind down. I still don't see the white hat, so that they may be waiting on him. The other officials are out around midfield. Russell, when we start back up, will get the ball to start the second half. Little Rock Parkview will see if they want to take the win in the third quarter or the fourth quarter. Russell now coming out onto the field. We'll take a final 2-minute break and be back with the second half as the Cyclones trail at 27-7. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
This is Carly Powell, Business Development Officer with Centennial Bank. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a mainstay in the lives of the customers we serve and the communities we live in. We put our customers first, making sure each experience at Centennial is a great one, while taking care of all their banking needs. We pride ourselves on giving back to our local community. We partner with organizations that do the same. Centennial Bank, we're always banking with you in mind. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When knee, hip, or back pain rob you of your mobility, count on St. Mary's Regional Medical Center for compassionate, individualized care. From sports medicine to joint replacement, we address the pain and keep you moving. Our enhanced cleaning, mask requirements, and social distancing help keep you safe. St. Mary's Regional, count on us. Take our free joint pain assessment at stmarysregional.com.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
Alathus Realty is proud to support all of our local student athletes. At Alathus Realty, we believe the community comes first, and there's nothing quite like community under the bright lights of Friday night. Alathus Realty is determined to provide our area with gold standard service in every aspect of your real estate transaction. So whether you're loading up to go to the game or settling in for an evening at home, you can rest assured Alathus Realty is taking care of you. Call us today at 479-968-5668. Alathus Realty. Find us on Facebook today.
Welcome back. They put a little bit more time on the clock before we start the second half. Russellville trailing 27-20 here against Little Rock Parkview. Next week, we're going to be back at home for the final regular season game for Russellville. That'll be a week from tomorrow night. We'll be back on a regular Friday night schedule as the Cyclones will be hosting Mountain Home. It'll be senior night. They're not just going to honor the seniors for the football team, but for all the fall sports. So that'll be great to come out. If you want to get out there, I think about 6:15, 6:20 is when they're going to start, maybe closer to 6:30, start announcing all the seniors. And so it'll be the last time for the football team to be out there, but also good for these other sports to get their seniors recognized. Mountain Home. What about them? Well, Russellville has only played them twice, and they've never played at Cyclone Stadium. How about that? First time those two teams played was in 2005 when the Cyclones won at 33-14. That was in the playoffs. That was it was actually at the end of the fifth consecutive winning season under Coach Jeff Holt, which is the second longest stretch in Russellville school history. Last year, though, bad news for Russellville as they lost that one 24-7. That was back up at Mountain Home. So this will be the first time that the Bombers have ever come here for a football game, and that'll be next week. We'll be on the air on 102.3 around 6:30 for the pregame show, and then kicking off at 7. Of course, you can always hear us on 102.3. You can hear us on rivercountrykcjc.com, or if you ever want to see us on Cyclone Booth on our YouTube channel, it's free to watch. You don't have to pay anything, and watch us. We'll be there next week. And then hopefully we'll be talking about playoffs because Russellville is still in line, still even right now control their own destiny if they can make the playoffs. That win against Van Buren's huge when you start talking about that Russellville beat Van Buren. They could get that tiebreaker, and Van Buren's really gone down the hill because Russellville knocked out their starting quarterback for the season. We're ready to start the second half now. And kickoffs have been an adventure, but a lot of things have been an adventure tonight. Kickoffs have been one of them. See, they've been kicking it towards Tracy Daniels. This time they kick it away from him, and it's taken by the up back for Russellville at the 25-yard line across the 30 to the 34. So they kicked a squib kick, and Russellville didn't let it go, and I couldn't tell who ran it back for Russellville. But whoever it was gets 9 yards.
That's number 49.
Okay.
Alex Bonilla.
Okay, Alex Bonilla. I think he said Robinson. I'm like, who is Robinson? But I knew there's a 4 on the front of it, but Bonilla, he returns it for 9 yards, and the Cyclones will start at their own 34-yard line. In that first half, Russellville had some really bad field position, but still their average drive started at the 22. Remember, they started one deep at their own end. And there's this formation that we've seen 3 or 4 times, and this time Hallmark going in motion to left instead of the right. And here's the give to Tracy Daniels straight up the middle. He's just going to move the pile across the 35 to about the 38-yard line, so pick up a 4 yards on the first play of the second half.
When Russellville came out, I was watching D.A. Reed was warming up on the sideline, the only one that was, and he is starting quarterback the second half.
Yeah, he is. D.A. Reed, the sophomore, he started the first game of the year, played a quarter. He played a little bit last week. He's only 3 of 4 on the season throwing the football, 14 yards, and he is in at quarterback right now as Russellville trails 27-7. See what Reed does here. He's going to give it to the tailback, and Tracy Daniels, and I think he might have lost a half a yard on the play. So 3rd down and 6 coming for Russellville. Last week he played 2 drives. On the first drive he turned and handed the ball off 3 times. Threw a pass complete to Toland on his second drive. We'll see if they let him throw the football here. The 2 passes he completed against Morrilton were both screen passes, as he played a couple drives there. Russell running off a player late, but they still have 19 seconds on the play clock. First drive of the second half, Russell trailing 27-20. I'm looking for Graham. I don't know if he's injured or not. Salazar is the wide receiver. No, sorry, that's Alec Bowles on the far right side. And D.A. Reed, here comes the blitz. He's going to step up, and he's going to throw it across the middle. It's incomplete. Tried to go with Stokes. Just couldn't make a connection. It would not have been enough for the first down. And Stokes just dropped it, but it would have been past to the 40-yard line. Russell needed a little bit more than that. So the Cyclones going to punt it away on 4th down and 6.
I'd like to see being bomb one on this one. I mean,
well,
get it down there.
He's been running to the right mostly, but he did kick 159 yards. But he did that to get some space. Now, Russellville has overstacked that right side. And now they're moving a man towards the left, get a running start. And he is going to be a little bit more traditional punt. It's going to hit at the 35-yard line. Eccles is going to let it go. I think he was told to do that. It'll bounce to the 25-yard line and stop there. Russell will touch it but didn't pick it up. Smart play there by, I think that's Covington. No, that's Goodman over there to pick it up, because that's a live ball after you touch it. It'll be a 37-yard punt with no return. Yeah, Eccles is the only turnover of the game, okay, when Eccles tried to field a punt on a dead sprint. Cyclones go 3 and out. And their defense has had some big stops in the game. It's really just some stops and some big plays. That was the first half. Here's the give straight up the middle to Joyner. He'll get across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Pick up 7 on the play.
Is that his longest run?
Maybe 7 carries, 23 yards. They really haven't needed him much. And again, even though they've done it through the air, I don't think it's been by design. They just threw a couple screen passes that broke out. And 2 receivers to the right. One comes in motion. They go fake to him. Give it to Joyner. No, they did give it to that man, and he's gone. He's at midfield, and it's a foot race at the 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. That's a handoff. Was not a pitch to Monterio Elston, who has 2 touchdowns on the season. Both of them have come tonight. One on a screen pass of 56 yards, and this one a handoff that goes 68 yards. 33-7.
Yeah, that went to the left side, and when he turned the corner there, it was wide open. Just a foot race.
Parkington on try the extra point. The extra point is good. 34-7, 9:41 left to play in the third. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
9 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your score, Russellville Cyclones 7.
Ashley Air is proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Our service to the River Valley began in 1958, the same year that the legendary Frank Broyles took over as football coach. The Hogs have had some great coaches, but we've never had so many on campus all at once. Sam Pittman, Eric Musselman, Dave Van Horn, and Mike Neighbors, just to name a few. What an incredible team. We put together quite a team at Ashley Air, too. On game day, call the Hogs. When your AC breaks, call Ashley Air.
Well, Parkview didn't waste any time, did they? They score. The first time they touched the ball, they took over at their own 25, and it just took them 2 plays. A handoff to Martario Elston, who went 68 yards for the touchdown. He's had 2 big touchdown plays for the Patriots. The extra point was good, and that makes it 34-7. That scoring summary there. 2 plays, 75 yards, 41 seconds. There's the kick right down the middle. It's going to hit at the 9, squirt through the legs of Tracy Daniels. And they first started it. If it goes into past the goal line on its own, or where Russell didn't have control of it, it's a touchback, and they did finally whistle it. Remember, Russellville tried to pat it, and they ended up getting a penalty and taking over at their own 1 because of that earlier. And so Cyclones will have it at their own 20. Now, you don't ever want to give up, but I mean, you look at 34-7. I'm not saying the Cyclones have given up, but they need to make some first downs. They need something positive to happen. D.A. Reed's still in the game. He's going to give it off to Tracy Daniels, running along that right side after starting up the middle, and he'll get forward across the 20 to about the 23-yard line.
I don't know. I've been looking for Graham on the sideline, and I don't know if he's injured or.
Yeah, Stokes, I thought he injured or tweaked his knee. He's still playing, but he had it wrapped early on. And, I mean, after, like, the second possession. Okay, I see him. He's with Bowles over here along the 25-yard line. That's good. You don't want anybody hurt, and I get nervous when I don't see players out there. Man in motion on second down. That's Elijah Clark, D.A. Reed, back to pass. Out of the backfield, Tracy Daniels, and he's going to be swarmed inside the 19-yard line, so that'll be a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Parkview had that one read perfectly.
It'll be 3rd down 11 coming for the Cyclones. Under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Cyclones trailing 34-7.
Bowes coming in.
Back to the 19-yard line. 3rd down and 11 for the Cyclones.
Russell taking their time here on 3rd and 11. 14 seconds left on the play clock. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The inside receiver on the right is Stokes. He'll be in motion now, crossing the face of D.A. Reed. Here comes the blitz. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to tuck it and run. He's across the 20, 25, and can't quite make the 30. Brought down at the 28-yard line. Good run there by D.A., but not enough for a first down, and decision time for Russellville. They went for it on 4th and 1 at their own 29-yard line. This is about 2.5 yards. They might have been thinking about it, but now they're going to send on the punting unit. So we'll bring in Ben Hallmark to punt it away. The Patriots counter with their punt return. Xavier Branch is on back. I wonder if that's because Eccles doesn't need to be fielding any more punts. And Branch is going to field it at the 40-yard line. He'll go to his knees there. 32-yard punt with no return. Hallmark has averaged 40 yards tonight. He's had 6 punts. Remember, a long of 59 yards. On the season, he's been a weapon for the Cyclones. He's had 9 punts inside the 20 this year. 34-7, our score. 7:29 left to play here in the third quarter, as Parkview will take over at their own 40-yard line. Just took them 2 plays to go a little more than 70 yards on their first drive of the second half.
They got a new quarterback, number 15.
Yeah, it'll be Eric McGee, who got his first start last week against Van Buren. He gives off to Joyner, and it's nowhere to go. Yeah, the regular quarterback, Jalen White, number 4, is a commit to Ole Miss, and he's actually going to play safety at Ole Miss. And Eric McGee with Jalen White resting last week. He threw for 79 yards in the 33-3 victory against Van Buren.
There was no gain for Joyner.
2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to each side. McGee will turn and give it off to Joyner, and here's a big hole. He's across the 45, breaks a tackle at midfield. He's dragging Cyclone tacklers inside the 40, inside the 35, and brought down at the 32-yard line of Russellville. A big gain for the future Razorback commit James Joyner. He's the guy that Greenwood could not stop. In that ball game, he rushed for over 200 yards against the Bulldogs, 269 yards on 30 carries and 5 touchdowns. He scored 10 touchdowns on the season, and half of them against the Greenwood Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Patriots after the 27-yard gain at the Cyclone 32-yard line. Back to pass is McGee throwing little slant pattern. It's complete at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Parkview. That goes to Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith gets the touchdown reception and the 2nd touchdown pass of the season for Eric McGee. Goes for 32 yards, and it makes it 40-7.
McGee, I was watching him warm up. To me, he has a stronger arm passing than White.
Just a sophomore. Waiting for the extra point for Little Rock Parkview. It's down, it's up, it's long enough, and it's good. 41-7. Parkview leads it with 6:12 left to play in the 3rd. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
In the 3rd quarter, your score, Russellville Cyclone 7, your Parkview Patriots.
Redwoods fans, this is your coach, Butch Jones, and it's football time in Jonesboro. We can't wait to see you pack the vault for 6 home games this fall.
Hatcher steps up, going to keep it. Inside the 10, inside the 5 lane. Hatcher is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
Help us lock the vault. Secure your seat now. Visit astateredwolves.com or call 870-972-2781. Wolves up.
Well, it looked good for about a quarter when it was scoreless and Russellville had shut down Parkview, allowing them just 1 first down on their first 2 drives. And then Russellville, when they scored their first touchdown, it cut it 14-7. It's been all Parkview ever since, 41-7. And on that scoring summary there, again, make it look easy, 60 yards in 3 plays. And with the Eric McGee hitting Jalen Smith, the 32-yard touchdown pass, the extra point was good, making it 41-7. And now on their touchdown drives, they've had, 5 touchdown drives of a minute and a half or less. They score quick on you. 2 players back deep for the Cyclones, right around the 5-yard line. Parkington approaches. Kick this one. This is going to be returnable. It's going to be fielded by the Cyclones at the 14-yard line. This is Tracy Daniels. Big hole. It opens up at the 30, 35, cuts back at the 40, breaks a tackle there. He's at midfield at the 45-40 and dropped out of bounds as he gets to the Parkview 38-yard line. Big gain there by Tracy Daniels.
I think the speed of Daniels surprised Parkview. They didn't think Russellville had somebody that could run like that.
Well, it was blocked really well, to be honest with you. It opened up right in the middle there, and they're going to give him the 35-yard line before he stepped out of bounds. So a 51-yard return for Tracy Daniels. Remember, one of his best returns came as a freshman last year when the junior high season was over, and he joined the high school team, and he had a 53-yard return at the high school level last year as a 9th grader. Tight formation for D.A. Reed and the Cyclones. Reed back to pass. Pocket's going to close on him. He's going to be hit from behind and loses the football, but they say he was down at the 39-yard line. Pocket closed quickly there on D.A. 4-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 14.
Well, I'm sure the Russellville coaches are seeing this, but on offense, when you're going to pass, you got to get rid of the ball very quickly against this Parkview defense.
I have a little note here from Coach Chatton. He said Funvac has 2 family members on Parkview, Jalen White and Bobby Chatton. Jalen White He's had his career night here against Russellville. Maybe he could have helped us out. Second down and long. Reed backpedaling, and now he's going to run out to the left and throws incomplete to Mekhi Foster. We have a flag down just past the line of scrimmage in the middle of the field at 33-yard line, usually in the area of holding. And we'll see what if it is, if Parkview wants to decline it. If they want to go for it, Russellville already would be looking at third down and 14, and they're going to wave it off. I think we had a man downfield, but the pass was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and so that's why they're waving off the flag. You can have a man downfield if your pass goes behind the line. And that's what it was, so they wave off the flag. Third down and 14 for the Cyclones at the Parkview 39-yard line. Tracy Daniels had returned to kick off 51 yards to the 35. Russell's gone backwards on 2 plays. 3 receivers on the right side. Reed back to pass. He's got some time, throws across the middle, complete to Caden Rose, who takes a lick, but he'll hold on to the football at the 35-yard line. So pick up a 4 yards on the play. Good job by Caden, his second catch tonight. And Russell's looking at 4th down and 10.
Why not go for it?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you got to kick it with the leg, but you're down 41-7. He would be kicking into the wind, but again, we're at War Memorial, the bowl stadium, so I don't know how much that would affect it. But there is a wind that Russell's driving into. 4.5 to go here in the third, trailing 41-7. Taking a look at Coach Clark, Tyler Clark, the offensive coordinator. Was a head coach last year at Paris. Paris undefeated this year. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4th and 10. Reed, he's going to throw for the sideline. It's going to be incomplete. They had a hold of Stokes' jersey along the right side. They missed that one. They had a grab hold of his shoulder there, and Coach Wheeler's out to talk to the official about it on the 30-yard line. Officials telling him to get back on the sideline, but that happened right in front of Coach Wheeler. But he's not going to get the call made up there, so it goes as an incomplete pass. Russellville has turned the ball over on downs for the 4th time tonight.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that hole except the official that was closest to the play.
Well, he's trailing the play. He should have saw it. It was a missed call there. But either way, we're not going to convince him there. Not the worst call I've seen this week. That baseball game was the worst call I saw this week. And the Dodgers. Was it the Dodgers game that maybe 2 weeks ago that ended in a check swing? On the first play for Parkview, Joyner's going to keep it. He'll pick up 3 yards to the 38-yard line. And 3 yards on the pickup for Joyner now has given him 54 yards on 10 carries. They really haven't gone to him much, but again, they haven't had to. They had 2 screen passes that went for touchdowns, and they were screen passes. They weren't anything thrown downfield. And just caught Russellville in the right defense for Parkview at the right time. Joyner going to get the call again, trying that right side. He'll get to the 41-yard line after the tackle made by Gabe Hogue and Booker on the stop.
Yeah, good tackle by Hogue, down around the knees. That's what you got to do to bring somebody down like that. You can't hit them above the waist.
3rd down and 4. Russellville back at it a week from tomorrow night. Cyclone Stadium, the last regular season game, maybe the last game of the season here or at Cyclone Stadium. Russellville, if they go to the playoffs, probably will be on the road. You never know with those buys and how Russell's seeding may shape out. 3:10 left to play here in the third. Cyclones trail at 41-7. Man in motion, forward pitch. That's a pass. It's complete to Elston, and he's got the 45. He's got midfield. He's got the first down as he gets into Cyclone territory, depending on where they spot it. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds right at midfield. Elston has had a fantastic night, scoring his first 2 touchdowns as a Patriot. And this time he gets a 9-yard completion from the quarterback, Eric McGee.
Parkview's ran that play quite a bit tonight, and it's always gained yardage for him.
Yeah, Russ will have to do something because I figure Mountain Home may be watching this. Now the pistol formation, play action, thrown short hop to the receiver on that far side. Incomplete pass thrown by McGee. It'll be 2nd down and 10 right at midfield. That's the first incompletion thrown by McGee. He's 2 of 3 for 41 yards.
Yeah, that receiver came up with a football like a shortstop would on a short hop.
2:53 left to play here in the third quarter. 41-7 our score. Parkview leading. Thing we hate to talk about, the mercy rule would be in effect if Parkview scores on this drive. Joyner tries left side. He's got a lot of room. He's across the 40, has the first down, tiptoes down that left sideline, gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Number 2, Thomas, is the one who got him out of bounds, but not until he made the first down.
First and 10 for the Parkview Patriots. 12 carries now for Joyner, 71 yards. He's back there. He may be getting the bulk of this carries here too, and he gets it, trying to bounce it out left side. He's got a lot of room there. He's across the 30 and pushed out of bounds. A nice play over there by the Cyclones. He gets to the 24-yard line, though, and that should be enough for a first down. It is. 12 yards on the pickup. Now 83 yards on 13 carries for Joyner.
Well, he's been successful when he's taken it to the outside, and that's what he did for the last 2 times. That's Foster over there that got him out of bounds.
Mackay on the stop, plays running back on JV Knight. Does have a carry tonight on the offensive side. Play action pass down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Boy, had a receiver wide open. Would have been a touchdown. McGee just missed him. He was trying to go to Parker Perry there. And I got to tell you, if this is their next guy up at quarterback for next year, it's not a big drop-off here. Again, they have 6 Division I athletes. 3 have already committed. Kendall McKenzie, the right guard and defensive tackle, number 75. He's going to the University of Memphis. Of course, Joyner is going to play for the Razorbacks. Jalen White going to play defense at Ole Miss, verbally committed. There's Joyner going left side once again. He's inside the 20, breaks a tackle to 15, ran backwards because he was just trying to keep his feet, gets to the 10-yard line, a first down for Parkview.
Again, going to that outside again to gain the yardage.
They get him to 10-yard line, so they cannot make a first down hit. It'll be first and goal for Parkview. Russell trailing 41-7. Parkview trying to stick this in the end zone, get the mercy rule going. And 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. McGee, again, will give it off to Joyner. Again, trying to bounce it out left side. He gets to the 5 and hops his way into the end zone. And touchdown for Parkview, and that'll make it 47-7, and that will invoke the mercy rule when we start back up after the kickoff. 15 carries, 107 yards for James Joyner. Russell had done a pretty good job shutting him down, but on that drive, it was all James Joyner. I mean, 1 9-yard pass thrown in there, but everything else was Joyner.
And everything was Joyner to the outside on that left side.
56 yards on carries for Joyner. The extra point is good. 48-7. Russell trailing with 2:09 left to play in the third. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Russellville Cyclone 7. Your Parkview High Patriots.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, there really is a better way. As soon as you start talking with our team at A Better Way Realty in Russellville, you're going to feel the difference. Imagine if you had a great friend in the real estate industry, someone who genuinely cared about you and your family and was passionate about taking care of you. That is the philosophy of everyone who works here at A Better Way Realty. We want your business because we earn it, period. Discover what experience and heart can do with A Better Way Realty. Find us on Facebook and see the difference. A Better Way Realty. Real estate done a better way.
All right, checking that, just checking with our stats here. 65 yards on 9 plays. It was 56 yards of rushing for Joyner, who now has over 100 yards. I was checking. He did. This is his 4th game of over 100 yards. He has 1 over 200. It was 269 against Greenwood. But he did it against Pine Bluff, Van Buren last week. So back-to-back games of over 100 yards for James Joyner. He gets the touchdown from 10 yards out. Took him 2 minutes and 7 seconds for the 9-play drive. Extra point was good, and that invokes the mercy rule. As Russell trails 48-7, this kickoff won't go out of bounds. Tracy Daniels thought it would be. He picked it up at the 18, gets to the 21-yard line. Had to pick it up because it was a live ball. So Daniels 3 yards on that return, and Russellville will take over at the 21-yard line. Going to be quick. 2 minutes and 3 seconds here in the third, and quick fourth quarter because of that mercy rule. It only stops when timeouts. I know it stops on timeouts and injuries. It depends on where you are. Some people will stop it after touchdowns or scores to kickoff. Some places won't. So we'll wait and see what they do here at War Memorial Stadium. But the clock is rolling now. And D.A. Reed, who's gone the entire way for Russellville here in the second half, will be the quarterback of record. Tracy Daniels still in the game. He's to the left of D.A. Reed. Play clock down to 8 seconds. Looks like a little confusion. And now we have a flag coming in. It's going to be a false start against Russellville. That just play seemed doomed from the start. Russellville didn't seem like to be on the same page there. Just the third penalty against Russellville for 21 yards. They had a 15-yarder, a 1-yarder, and now a 5-yarder. That's only the 7th flag that has been thrown and not declined in the game total, as Parkview has been penalized 4 times for 55 yards. 502 yards of offense tonight for the Parkview Patriots. Man goes in motions. That is Stokes. Reed. And throw it backwards pass there to Tracy Daniels. He's across the 15. It gets to the 18-yard line, so a loss of 1 on the play. They're going to say that was a forward pass, so that's what we'll call it. And I say loss of 1 on the play. No, the line of scrimmage was at the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. We initially had the 21, so it does go as a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 13 for Russellville. Again, playing this game because the Razorbacks playing at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Did not want to play a Friday night high school game about 12 hours before the Hogs kick off. There's a pass in and out of the hands of Tracy Daniels. We know the junior high teams played tonight at Cyclone Stadium, part of Colors Night. I think they're on the road next week at Little Rock Christian. And I think they play Morrilton after that on a Tuesday night. Russellville will be back at home a week from tomorrow night as they host Mountain Home for the final home regular season game. They'll finish the next week on the road at Siloam Springs. Russellville looking at 3rd down and 13 from the 18-yard line. That's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Russellville trailing here 48-7. We'll take a break. And 1 more quarter of play. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
At Fleet Tire Point S, the S stands for service, selection, and savings because you, the customer, are always the top priority. If you need new tires to get ready for winter, the tire and automotive experts at Fleet Tire Point S have more than 30 years of experience. And Fleet Tire Point S consistently offers unparalleled service and quality tires to fit every budget. Come by today and experience the Fleet Tire Point S difference on Arkansas Avenue, your local tire and auto service center. No stress with Point S.
For 46 years, we guarantee you're going to get the best deal and the best value at Phil Wright Autoplex. Come pick out your Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Toyota. Come see why we're selling more cars than ever before. Phil Wright Autoplex, Exit 84, just off 540, Russellville. Or shop us online at philwright.com.
With so many uncertainties today, one thing's not. 45 years of providing dependable new or pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. Come see us at Phil Wright Toyota at the Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville. Exit 84 off 540 or visit us online at philwright.com.
KCJC, Dartnell, Russellville.
You guys play the best country of all.
River Country. KCJC.
Tracy Daniels, the first carry of the 4th quarter on 3rd down and 13, gets to the 24-yard lines where they're going to mark it. So Russell will be looking at 4th down and 7 and probably have to punt the football away. As we open up the 4th quarter, Cyclones trailing 48-7 here. Usually about this time I tell you that we're going to have the scoreboard show on for you a little later. Again, that will be on tomorrow night here on 102.3. It'll start at 10 o'clock and roll all the way till midnight with Rex Nelson and Nate Olson. Rex Nelson, the voice of Ouachita Baptist University. Been their play-by-play guy for many years. Hallmark on the punt will run to his right. Rugby-style kick. It's going to hit at the Parkview 45-yard line. Take a Cyclone bounce inside the 30 now, and it's going to be down probably about the 28-yard line. So Hallmark there on the punt goes down to the 28, and so a 48-yard punt with no return. Parkview ran their first team offense there with their backup quarterback. I think that was just to get the mercy rule going. We'll see what they decide to do here. With 11:05 left to play in the ball game, they lead it by a score of 48-7. Just the 3rd mercy rule game that they've invoked. They did it against Little Rock Southwest, and they did it against Pine Bluff. Almost did it against Greenwood. And I think at one point they were up by almost 30 points, but just couldn't get that going. They ended up winning the game by 20. Here's the give to the running back on 1st and 10. He'll get to the 30-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. Didn't see who that was. We'll have to wait on them to tell us.
24,
sometimes
whoever.
Their numbers a little hard to see. So on this with the blue jerseys with the red numbers. Here's the give once again across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards on that play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. 10:25 left to play here at the ball game. Russellville, oddly enough, even though they're going to fall to 1-4 here in conference, still can control their own destiny if they want to get in the playoffs. If they win the last 2 games, they're in. If they win one of them, then they need a little help. It's winnable games, too, playing the bottom of the teams of the conference. Now, Mountain Home's no pushover. They played a lot of teams tough. The Siloam Springs winless. As McGee with a pass is complete, pushing it out of bounds to the 44-yard line, but it is enough for a first down. Davion Robinson, the sophomore, with the catch, so it's a first down for Parkview to the 44-yard line, 11 yards on the pickup. 9:41 left to play here in the ball game. Patriots leading 48-7. Eric McGee, the backup quarterback, now 3 of 5 for 52 yards, does have a touchdown pass. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff here, and it'll be stacked up at the 45. No, he's still fighting for yards, gets to the 49-yard line. We have a new quarterback in for Parkview, number 80. It's not really the typical quarterback that you see, quarterback number that you see. And, of course, as we found out with a lot of these teams, nobody on the roster with number 80.
Yeah. Number 2, Thomas, was in on that stop. He's made quite a few tackles tonight. Thomas has.
You know, the voice of the possible Apache, Stephen Glenn, was talking about this today in one of our groups and talking about how gets rosters and they don't have all the names on it. And you're
the fumble.
Yeah. You're just wondering about what to do about that. And on the handoff, a missed exchange there, and Russell does come up with the fumble. I think that's Brett Wilbers with the recover.
He did, number 19.
All right, Wilbers with the second turnover tonight gets the turnover, and Russellville going to take over at the 47-yard line of Little Rock Central. I'm sorry, Little Rock Parkview. 8:40 left to play here in the ball game. Cyclones, though, Mercy ruled right now 48-7. Here's the give to Tracy Daniels, fighting for that yard. He'll get it to the 46, but that'll be it. Tracy there with a pickup of 1 now. It means he's got 9 carries for 31 yards.
No gain.
They give him a yard. It'll be second down and 9. All right around the 41-yard line. One receiver to each side for D.A. Reed. Back to pass. Got plenty of time. Now he's going to step up in the pocket, going to tuck it and run. He'll get to the 48-yard line. Make it where it's only a 2-yard loss. Just nothing open there for D.A. Well, basketball season is just around the corner, and you can hear Cyclone games here on 102.3. Basketball season going to start in November, not too far away. 2 receivers to the left. Inside receiver is English. Outside is Simon Salazar. 1 receiver to the right. English in motion. Reed on 3rd down and 11. He's going to throw right side, and it's going to be juggled incomplete. Tried to go to English right around the 40. Would not have been enough for the first down, but it would have made it like a 4th and 3. And so Russellville on 4th and 11. But they're on Parkview's side of midfield, so they may decide to go for it here. No, they're going to punt the football away. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. Russell trailing 48-7. Russell can snap it here. Parkview doesn't. They don't have a full team out there. And Russell is. They're going to snap it. Well, they could have took off and run. I don't think they'd have made it, though. Here's a high, wobbly kick. It's going to be fair caught at the 11-yard line by Little Rock Parkview. And so make it now 10 punts on the season that Ben Hallmark has downed inside the 20-yard line. So that one goes for 37 yards. He's an unselfish player, too, because it hurts his average, but it helps the team when he does that. He's averaged 40 yards a punt tonight. Remember, he had the big 59-yarder.
Such a high kick, and he's good at that, giving a chance for his teammates to get down there for a recovery.
Parkview 4-3 on the season. They actually had to forfeit their opening win against Little Rock Southwest, so really 5-2. There's the give to the running back. Big hit there by Cyclone defensive lineman number 7, Latrell Thomas, to make the stop. You know, usually we were talking about this off the air before the game. If you can win the turnover battle, you win like 70% of the time. Russell's done that. They've not turned the ball over. Parkview has 2 turnovers themselves, and one of them led to a Cyclone score, but it's just been Parkview with too much. 522 yards of offense for this Patriot offense. 290 yards of it through the air. Not really what they do. This is easily their best passing day. But, again, they weren't really attacking down the field. Just 2 big screenplays that really hurt Russellville at the time. In the first quarter, made it 14-0. Russellville 129 yards of offense. 98 through the air, 31 on the ground. Our delay here is because a Parkview player is down on that last running play. They're looking at 2nd and 9 from their own 12-yard line. The clock is stopped with 5:54 left. We'll take a break, come back with more. Russellville trailing 48-7. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Shane here from Off-Road Tire. The thing that makes Off-Road Tire so special is their care for doing the job right. With a name like Off-Road Tire, of course they're an authority in lift kits and aftermarket mods for your truck, but it just so happens that they are specialists in all kinds of vehicles. They can take care of your minivan right next to the 4-wheel drives with quality, consistent results. Go see my friends at Off-Road Tire just 0.2 of a mile past UEC Theaters in Russellville. Off-Road Tire.
Welcome back. The player is being helped off, hobbling for Little Rock Parkview as we go back to action. The Patriots looking at 2nd down and 9 from their own 12-yard line. Clock did stop, even though the mercy rule is in effect. Russellville trailing 48-7. Cyclones going to fall to 3-5 on the season, 1-4 in conference play. Still 2 more games left in the regular season, still a chance to make the playoffs. Here's a sweep running to the right side, and they've got some room. They're down the sideline. They may go. It's a foot race at the 40 at midfield, and Russellville going to chase him down inside the 40 of Russellville. Good hustle there. I couldn't tell who drug him down. I thought it was Latrell Thomas, but I'm not exactly sure.
Number 7, Thomas.
That's pretty good when you're talking about a defensive lineman doing that. Latrell, though, he's got some speed. He's played running back. He was a running back last year, so showing off that speed there, not giving up for Russellville, but a 56-yard run there. And that just adds to it. 578 yards of offense for Parkview. And since about midway through the first quarter, well, I guess 2:51 left was when they got their first score. It's been all Patriots. Russellville cut it to 14-7 at one time, and the Patriots have just been scoring ever since. On 1st and 10 at the Cyclone 32-yard line, they'll stack up this play. They get to the 31-yard line.
Number 61, trailer in on that stop.
Wade carried for a yard there, 2nd down and 9. 4.5 to go. Parkview at the Cyclone 31-yard line. Back to pass. Russell blitz. He hits the quarterback as he releases it, and it's going to be incomplete. Makai Foster out there in great position there. Almost had an interception. Russell sandwiched the quarterback.
That surprises me that go for a bomb.
Well, that 3rd-string quarterback doesn't mean.
But he paid the price.
Yeah, he did. He did. I mean, they've done it the right way. They're running their offense. They're trying to score, but I don't think there's a single starter, and I don't even know if there's a backup in there right now. They got guys that's not even on the roster, freshmen they pulled up. So we've seen the other end of that, where teams are keeping their 1st string in there at times. Here's the give to Wade, running the right side. He'll pick up a yard to the 30-yard line. The 4th down and 8 for Parkview. Wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here. I don't think their young kicker has a leg for a 47-yarder into the wind. It'd be just weird to punt from the 30-yard line of the other team, so I think they are going to go for it here. 3:07 left to play, clock rolling. Russellville trailing by 41. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass. He was throwing that same pass pattern and was knocked down by Makai Foster, but it was whistled dead long before that pass. That's going to be a false start against Little Rock Parkview. Moving back 5 yards. It'll be 4th down and 13 at the 35-yard line. This will be the second time this year that Russellville coaches be out recruiting on looking at other teams, scouting, I guess, on a Friday night. So we've had 2 Thursday games this year. 4th and 13, pump fake. He's going to throw it, and there's nobody there. Trying to go over that far side, but he overthrew everybody. And so Parkview turns the ball over on downs. And Russell will take over with 2:30 left. Again, the clock is rolling. Mercy rule's been in effect since in the third quarter. Well, there's maybe some thoughts that Parkview might be overlooking Russellville. I think it'd been better overlooking if they had a big game coming up after us, but they had Van Buren, an easy win by 30 points last week. They're playing the same 2 teams Russell's playing. They're going to play Siloam. We play Mountain Home, and then we'll flip-flop it the next week. So they have an easier end of the season. Right now they're sitting as that 3 seed since they beat Greenwood. What we think would be. Here's Tracy Daniels on the carry. Russellville gets to the 39-yard line, a 4-yard pickup. But again, Russellville still can make the playoffs. They're going to take the top 6 teams. Russellville, even though they're in the log jam at the bottom, they do have a win over Van Buren, and they still have to play Mountain Home and Siloam Springs. So it's in their hands. The 4 teams that are in that fighting for those 2 bottom spots for the playoffs, Russell's won 1 of them and still haven't played the other 2. So next week is huge as the Cyclones will be back at Cyclone Stadium taking on Mountain Home. 1:08 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Russellville trailing 48-7. D.A. Reed, the quarterback for Russell, will hand it off to Tracy Daniels. He'll fight his way to the 45-yard line, pickup of 6 on the play, and very close to a first down, and they are going to say it is a first down for the Cyclones. Russellville, 139 yards of offense. Tracy Daniels, though, now 41 on 11 carries. A post-game show coming up for you. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate our engineer tonight, Stephen Berry. Usually a Pottsville engineer, and for the Apache games, he'll be doing that tomorrow night. On 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. Russellville also know this is going to be the last snap, so they're taking their time here. They're going to give it to Tracy Daniels on the sweep, and he'll pick up 5 yards to midfield, and Russell does not have to snap it again. Cyclones lose it here by a score of 48-7 over Parkview. We'll take a break, come back with your post-game show. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 102.3.
Mr. Brake and Lube, your local Pennzoil 10-minute oil change super stop at 1415 East Main in Russellville, is looking for good, motivated people who have good people skills to join their team. Experience in automotive is encouraged but not required. Mr. Brake and Lube is an equal opportunity employer. Come be a part of the Mr. Brake and Lube family. Fill out an application at 1415 East Main Street, Russellville, and follow Mr. Brake and Lube on Facebook to keep up with monthly specials.
Box Drop in Russellville is dropping factory outlet pricing on name brand mattresses. Save up to 70% on Serta, Simmons, and other national brands. And right now, Box Drop is bringing you an early Christmas. Come by to register for the big ultimate Christmas giveaway. And you are an instant winner every single day at Box Drop, where you will receive a free gift card of your choice, including Amazon and local restaurant gift cards, just for dropping by. Box Drop, your mattress and furniture factory outlet store, right behind Funky Town Mall.
Welcome back. The Cyclones lose it here by a score of 48-7. We'll give you the stats for the ball game. Russellville 144 yards of offense. The Patriots 580 for the Cyclones. Throwing the football, Gavin Graham 8 for 15. Did that in the first half for 96 yards and a touchdown. D.A. Reed was 3 of 8 for 2 yards in the game. Completed a pass for negative yards. That's why there was only 2 yards on 3 completions. Trent Stokes had 3 catches, so did Tracy Daniels. Stokes went for 26 yards. Elijah Clark did have 61 yards on 2 catches. One was 56 on the touchdown completion. Tracy Daniels, 12 carries for 46 yards. Running the football, Damon Donahoe, 6 carries for 28 yards. For Parkview, Jalen White, 9 of 13 for 238 yards and 2 touchdowns. For receiving was Monterio Elston, 4 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. James Joyner did go over 100 yards on the ground, did it mainly in that second half, though, 15 carries for 107 and a touchdown. Russell did not turn the ball over. Parkview had 2 fumbles. Russell turned one of those into points, but that was about the only thing that went Russell's way. They were 1 of 13 on third down conversions. Parkview 4 of 8. 1 of 4 on fourth down conversions for Russell. 0 of 1 for the Patriots. The Cyclones fall to 3-5 on the season, 1-4 in conference play. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, the score doesn't show it, but our defense played good against the run.